this Super Bowl 60 weekend, and we're video streaming live for the next 2 hours from Ferg's Sports Bar and Grill in our Ice Pick Vodka studios, brought to you also by Body Armor. Across from Tropicana Field, right downtown St. Petersburg. Glorious day outside. America's #1 local sports bar, as voted by USA Today, will be jam-packed tomorrow for Super Bowl activities. Come on down. Now we got 120 screens. We got a Jumbotron. We've got 2 other jumbo screens. It's going to be an absolute blast. I'm Mike Rickard alongside Ray Kennedy. Baseball bets, Ben Botham. Brad Richardson will be in the house a little bit later. Our Body Armor Coca-Cola Studios conversation with Jefferson Baseball. And Alex Reba's in the house to talk a little college hoops, a little Super Bowl. I'm sure he's going to throw a little NBA flavor in there as well. And then Riot Ross, he'll do a little rewind of last week's Bolts and what a thriller. Bolts and Bruins in overtime with a nice victory. Just a spectacular game, by the way. I'm not a huge hockey guy, but that was an incredible presentation, I guess is how I say it. And then, of course, it's the Winter Olympics, so there's a break in the NHL. We'll talk to Wyatt about that. Nick Cowan, he'll be promoting next week. We're going to have him live at the Daytona 500. And then Kenny Sims is in the house. He's a Kenny Sims, senior, former Wisconsin Badger, Green Bay Packer, and Minnesota Viking. And he also now is heavily involved at IMG and other high schools as a consultant. And a lot of pressure on you today, Ben.
Yeah.
Big game bets.
Big bets. I'm ready. I'm ready for the Super Bowl.
All you're going to do is follow Alex's lead. You're going to follow Kenny's lead. And then at the end of the show, steal the show. And so right now, why don't we're waiting for Jim Hart. Next week, by the way, we're going to have the Tampa Bay Rowdies' new coach, head coach, and team president, a good friend of mine, Ryan Helfrich. They'll be down here. They're doing a high school draft. So we'll have him join and talk about that event as well. But let's dive into a conversation with Alex Reba, brought to you by Ice Pick Vodka and Michelob Ultra. Welcome back, my friend. How are you?
I'm great. Just like you said, we're hitting the peak of sports, I'd say. You didn't even throw Waste Management up there. I know you're the golf guy.
I'm a golf guy, and I love the Waste Management. Here's a prediction for you. Scotty Scheffler finishes in the top 3.
Wow, you really went out on a limb there. What are you going to tell me next? LeBron's going to
be
one
of
the
greatest. He was 10 back.
He almost missed the cut.
He was 10 strokes back, dude.
That's still Scotty Scheffler you're talking about. I mean, that man is as
he's amazing,
as icy as it comes, steely under pressure. You can put him. You could probably spot him plus 10 every round.
You could arrest him and then take him to jail, and he'd probably still go back.
And then don't forget the Women USA Olympic team off to a great start. They're the favorites for the gold, by the way.
We talking hockey? Is that right?
Hockey?
Yeah.
Yes.
Big win on Czechia, I think was first
exactly
match, 5-1.
Yeah.
I'm ready for the Winter Olympics.
Well, I counted, and this is a competition between Reba and Rickard. I counted between and I'm counting my YouTube screens. I've got 13 screens in the condo. 13. What do you got?
13 is more than I have. I have the big 4 in my room. But
yeah, well, I have that.
But are you talking? Is the multi-view counting as?
Yes.
Well then, I mean, we can multi-view on all 3 of the TVs, so that would be 12 plus the projector, 13. So I mean, I could match you there. We could get the laptop.
Well, wait a minute. That's true. I got.
The
3.
multi-view changes.
I've got 12, 13, 14, 15.
All right. Now you're just trying to up me.
And we have these.
Yes, exactly. You get the.
The bottom line, we're in the teens and we're a couple of nuts.
I'd like to put a plea out to ESPN. I don't know who in the higher ups changed the multi-view there. You used to be able to create your own multi-view. You used to be able to put golf, soccer, baseball, basketball all in one.
They pick it now.
Took that feature away on ESPN, and now I can't watch my mid-major college hoops all at one time, and that's very upsetting to me. So I don't know who did that, but I now pay more for a service that's worse, and that's very frustrating.
Yeah, I know that.
That's the Disney
I feel
you. That's the Disney.
I feel your pain. Hey, breaking news, since you know I'm a huge Hawkeye fan, and Florida State, my buddy Barry Smith was kind enough yesterday to let me know that late yesterday, the Florida State women's Seminole fast pitch softball team took my Iowa Hawkeyes to the woodshed, 13-2, and What do you mean good? My ass.
Because those Hawkeyes are killing high school sports. They're coming down on Seminole, and they sued us for having that logo.
Oh.
Yeah, you're still upset about it.
Yeah, I'm still upset about it.
Let's get to Alex. Enough of this
Well,
nonsense.
plus, you guys got smoked by Ohio State on the hardwood too.
Good.
I mean, you've had a
Shut your yappers.
That's
okay,
karma.
Alex. Take it away, brother.
The curse of the Warhawks.
Where are you starting?
I mean, I want to start by saying if you are in the Tampa St. Pete region and you have nothing to do tomorrow before the Super Bowl, go to the YC because it's the biggest college basketball game for the South Florida Bulls on the calendar this year. Tulsa is coming to town. Not expected to be as good as they have been this year, but they're the only team in the top 60 of KenPom and the net. And the Bulls have a meeting that could put them in first place with a win tomorrow. So at 12 o'clock, massive game. That's the one to get you excited for the Super Bowl. Game's not till 6:30. You got some time to kill. I'm really hoping we get a big showing because that's going to be a really good game. I think March Madness, we're less than a month away now. It's right around the corner.
Unbelievable.
Very exciting stuff. And the Bulls have a very solid squad. I was out in Philly last week to support them while they played Temple. Came down to a final possession. They couldn't get the job done, but they bounced back. They struggled a little bit against a very weak Roadrunners team on Wednesday at the YC. It was a track meet. They put up 110 almost. But this Bulls team is fun to watch. They got shooters.
You're talking about the Yuengling Center for you non-USF.
Yes, the Yuengling Center.
Not Looney
over-
Tunes?
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
young children.
I thought Wile E. Coyote was going to be there.
Nope. Over in I guess you could call that North Tampa. I don't even know. It's pretty far outside South Florida's campus, but big game tomorrow. So that's where I want to start, and then wherever you want to go. I mean, we got the Super Bowl right after that. We, like you said, Winter Olympics. NBA trade deadline just came and went. My Cavs picked up James Harden. I'm fired up. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, that was a nice move.
Well, and today you're wearing the Duke Blue Devil attire.
Massive day in college hoops.
The biggest game in college basketball.
Am I allowed to say
arguably.
biggest rivalry in sports?
Yeah.
I would argue it's up there with Michigan, Ohio State for football. I would say, Yankees, Red Sox. What would you say is the?
He's not a round ball. He didn't give a damn.
I don't know a thing about
Look at
basketball.
me
There's
or look at
values.
you.
We're just talking
There's
sports. We're just talking
just in
sports.
sports, biggest rivalry.
Notre
Yeah.
Dame, Michigan.
That doesn't hold any.
No.
weight
Okay, well,
at
for me
all.
then.
No.
Yankees,
It's
Red
not even, they're not even a
Sox.
conference. So you got to meet each other
This
once
is
a
true.
year to
Yeah.
have it to be true.
I think it's definitely Yankees, Red Sox.
But the Yankees
It
Red
has
Sox
to.
doesn't have the same luster for me anymore.
Not anymore.
You know, like without A-Rod
Really?
and Jeter and Pedro, that rivalry doesn't hold the same kind of weight. Whereas like when Duke and UNC meet, I thought whenever we lost Coach K, we lost Roy Williams, things would change a little bit.
No.
There's still that hatred. There's still that Tobacco Road energy. And I think what makes it so special is, like you asked me, why am I not there right now? It's because it's $3,000 to get in that building because it's so small, it's so high energy, it's so electric. That is 100% a bucket list item. Not even just to go to Cameron Indoor or the Dean Dome, but to see a UNC Duke game, which I was lucky enough to see in the Final Four. I will say that was pretty special.
Well, my sister lives there, so I have gone in on several occasions to Cameron when there's nobody in there, and I still felt like I was walking into, history. I mean, it's that cool and it's that old, and it gives you that vibe.
And it's just the way they have the student section just right on the court, and you got the Cameron Crazy directed behind.
It's six man for certain.
And the Dean Dome is the same way. I mean, there's just like a special college basketball energy, and I know the sport is in a bit of a precarious spot right now with this NIL situation going on. I didn't plan on talking about this, but did you see the report that Mr. Beast is in talks? Do you even know who Mr. Beast is, by the way, Mike?
I have no clue.
So he's this big internet influencer, this YouTuber guy. And
Melina, you know who he is?
Yeah, so there's this.
Damn, I'm old.
They've been throwing around hypotheticals like this for a while now, and the Texas Tech guy that came in and basically paid for their team this year, this big oil baron, kind of played it out in real time. But now they're saying like, what is it going to take for just a millionaire or a billionaire in this case to come in, just say, I'm going to throw $100 million into a college football program. We can film it. We can make a reality TV show out of it. And let's just see
we own it.
What we can do, because like if Indiana can win a national championship, anyone can make their program
behind
relevant.
Mark Cuban money. A lot, not all of it, but
that's the thing, though. And Mr. Beast, if he wants to make an Amazon reality show out of it, I mean, Jeff Traylor, the coach of UTSA in the Americans, said, "We don't have enough money to compete. I will open our doors. I will put
Come
our
on,
access
Mr. Beast, come to San
24/7.
Antonio.
Well, no, he wants that. He's from Greensboro. He's from near East Carolina, so that's why they're saying he's genuinely in talks to potentially like invest into this program.
He wants to invest in the Pirates?
TV show. Yeah, in the Pirates. He wants to make the. I mean, this is all rumors, but they're just saying like, what does he coach the team at that point if he puts $100 million into the roster?
I'm so sick of this.
Dude, and what's the next thing? Do they start picking guys off of NFL practice squads that still have eligibility? I mean,
actually, they're starting to. You saw
that's
that
my
this week, right?
that's my point. Is like if Charles Bediako is going to come back out of the G League, if these guys are going to start coming from the pros and now they're going to start playing college again, where does that line start getting?
The only game that's going to be pure, to some degree, is your favorite, baseball.
Oh, would you look at that?
Yeah. And,
well, really?
It's not pure until they get wooden bats in that sport.
Hey,
good point.
Regardless of what the Pro Bowl is these days, Shedeur Sanders played
Don't
in the
even
Pro
call
Bowl
it
last
the
Tuesday.
Pro Bowl.
Well,
It's,
what
it's
is
sickening.
sports? And the thought about it, we kind of with Indiana and the feel good this year, the playoffs the best we've had maybe in a long time. But now you start putting a Mr. Beast or a Jeff Bezos or anyone whose ego might want to get out in front of a program.
Bezos.
Yeah, what do I know? He owns Amazon, right? I'm kidding.
Mr. Beastos.
But you put that in front of it. You're not only the NIL's already getting in front of the program, but now you've 100% taken them away. Forget even giving them an NCAA sanction. Call them semi-pro and throw them in the spring league because that's crazy.
They need to figure it out. I mean, they keep waiting for Congress to
Congress
solve all their
definitely
issues.
needs to step in.
But
it has to.
No, it shouldn't be up to
It
Congress
happened for baseball.
to fix this, though. It's a collegiate-run organization. The NCAA has just no backbone. They have no spine. They're just letting this go on.
Well, because the judicial branch keeps stepping in.
Well,
Judges
because money
keep coming
keeps getting
in.
made, though. Money
and
keeps
judges
getting
keep
made.
allowing it to happen. So Congress has to step and make some kind of law like they did for baseball.
Congress wants to make money too, though. I mean, they're districts. What if you're District B and and the Pirates are in your district in San Antonio? Now you're against it. Now you're literally taking it to the politics when you're right. It's the NCAA.
It's Super Bowl
NCAA
Sunday.
needs to figure
That's
their stuff
weekend. Let's talk about.
Fair enough.
Yeah, let's talk about some
4.5.
positivity. 4.5.
4.5.
Yeah.
Seahawks favored. 10-0.
Started at 7.5,
5.5.
didn't it?
No,
No,
it was 4.5.
absolutely not.
4.5
Was
was
it?
the start. Yeah, always 4.5.
Oh, that was the pro championship game with San
That
Antonio.
was
Denver.
that was the Pro Bowl.
I don't think they gave odds on that one.
Why the hell would you?
But no, yeah, I think it's gonna be a great game. I definitely no one had these teams when we started the season. I mean, I think they said these are two of the longest odds teams to meet in a Super Bowl in quite some time. I mean, you got let's start with this. Drake May, should he have been the MVP?
No.
Stats were pretty close between him and Matt Stafford, and the votes were very close too. I did see someone voted for Justin Herbert. I'm not sure why they threw their vote away because I think it was 24.
It's the
to
Patriot
23.
block thing.
right.
Belichick's not getting in. May's not getting in.
That-
MVP.
Brady's not getting in.
That is
Yeah.
a different era,
Yeah, we'll
but
see
yeah,
how
no.
it
I mean, I still think it was a valid argument. It kind of came down to Matt Stafford just being a lifetime achiever versus a young guy like Drake May, which I don't always necessarily agree with. It comes back to the NBA. I felt like LeBron there for a stretch should have been MVP every single season, but they gave it to somebody different, somebody who maybe hadn't won or maybe was more new to the scene. Kind of felt like they did this with Stafford, where sometimes the guy gets the Oscar years later for a movie, even though that wasn't his best. performance.
That's
So,
why
you know,
MVPs don't matter.
They don't.
None
They
of
really
that.
don't.
People are like, well, he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame because he's got 12 MVP. Who cares? It's not a real superlative. It's not a real award. It's hocus pocus. I don't care about it.
It's fair enough. It's just I think it's an interesting argument considering Drake May has played very well this season.
No, you're right.
He's gotten this team to a place that I don't think a lot of people had. I mean, Mike Vrabel came into a tough situation. The Patriots, I wasn't going to say we're dead in the water, but under their 1 year with Antonio Pierce, they were not a good organization. And Vrabel completely instituted his culture. I still cannot believe the Tennessee Titans let him walk out of the building and thought they were going to find someone better, because what he did with that organization, I mean, he got them to the playoffs with Ryan Tannehill, okay?
Right.
And they let him go. And I really thought Drake May was talented, but I did not see him being this talented and so early on in his career. And it's not like he's playing with great weapons. I
And
think-
confident.
Yeah, very. But his ability to run too. He almost had 500 yards on the ground this season, and his offensive line is not great, and his weapons are solid. But if we're talking about who has more talent, more blue chip guys on the field on Sunday, I think it's the Seahawks. I mean, you look at on the offensive
I'm
side of
Seahawks
ball.
all the way.
You're Seahawks all the way. Would you lay the 4.5?
Hell yes.
It's a pretty big number to lay, especially
In
when
the Super Bowl.
when the Patriots have kind of proven people wrong. They're also finally getting to play in. They've been playing some tough weather in this playoff stretch, so
On
I
the
am
road.
curious to see how that will change. I mean, even Foxborough when they played the Texans, that was a rough,
That was
sleet,
brutal.
cold game. And now we're gonna go out to Santa Clara. It should be warm. It should be nice. The Seahawks have looked great all year. I saw a stat they're 10-0 when they've turned the ball over one time or less in their games this year.
I love
So-
his story though, Sam Darnold.
Oh, how can you not? I mean, again.
I
think
thought he was a
people-
chump after getting cut,
Well,
and
people
moved on.
underestimate how important it is to go to the right situation in the NFL. And you have to have good coaches around you, and you have to have a good organization. Because there has not been a successful Jets coach or quarterback in quite some time. I mean,
Really?
The most successful one just got arrested last year for, off the field incidents, which we don't need to get into. But
Vinny Testaverde?
yeah, no.
Who was the last Jets
No, don't put his
successful
name in there.
quarterback?
No, Mark Sanchez. They were an AFC championship.
butt fumble.
The butt fumble. I was
Yeah.
gonna say it's not good when your
Joe
your
Namath.
claim to fame is that. Well,
Nobody
now
will arrest Joe Namath.
I was negative 50 whenever that guy was playing.
Well, he had a
so-
nice piece in SI this week, so go ahead and read that and those Super Bowl history. But you're right. I mean, the fact of the matter is, the Sam Darnold experiment. He's still the first quarterback from the 2018 class that could win that championship.
fascinating.
But don't forget, the Buccaneers have two dogs in this fight. You know why? One is because to this day we still have the only quarterback in the history of the National Football League who started and won a Super Bowl with the number 14. Anybody guess? Brad Johnson. It's an oldie. Also,
Love Brad Johnson.
Baker Mayfield's going to be the first quarterback from the 2018 that wins that championship because the Patriots are going to beat the Seahawks tomorrow in
correct.
Santa Clara.
Wow, you're both on the Patriots.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And,
Gotta go big
and
money.
what is the logic behind that?
I think that they've had a fairly easy road to the Super Bowl right now. The guys are kind of rested. They haven't really been fighting against. I mean, look at the Broncos. You're going against a team that's missing their star quarterback. They're not having to put out as much, and I'm thinking that a lot of people are sleeping on them. I think that this is a trap game from the casino people who obviously control everything. They're the puppet
my God,
masters.
here we go.
You have to look beyond it. It's 4D chess.
I didn't know the tinfoil hat.
College
coming out.
college
I'm
football's
down.
gone to hell, and now
being
now the
electrocuted.
bookies are controlling the mob's back.
Of course, we never went away, Mike.
We. Did you just out
He's
yourself?
Italian.
Yeah.
He's Italian.
Now, since you asked,
Good
though,
people.
I'll give you my angle on this one. If it's a clean, true game, obviously the Seahawks and that Mike McDonald, that team can roll. But if it's and it's not going to be, but if it's at all moist, I'm not sure what the weather calls for there at Levi Stadium. But I really think that this Mike Vrabel team is going to bite him in the kneecaps on the way down and catch him on the way back up. And if they can bring back because that's one thing Bill Belichick always did. The Patriots always took away your best player. If they stop that Seahawks ground game and make Sam Darnold have to start looking for ghosts, there's a chance that the Patriots could get this one. It would have to be an under, and they're going to win by 3.
I think it's definitely going to be a low-scoring, grinded-out kind of game.
Yeah, so
'cause
let's
that's what
talk.
the Seahawks
Let's
play.
talk about prop bets and
Prop
over and
bets.
unders.
I think I saw plus 165. Yes, Cardi B wears a Stephon Diggs jersey. Do you know who Cardi B is, Mike?
I know Cardi B
Okay,
is.
okay,
I know
okay.
jackasses.
dating-
Sorry, I don't know who Mr. Brutus is or Brutal or
Mr.
what.
Beast. Oh, I forgot to tell you, they want to rename it Beast Carolina instead of East Carolina, too, which is good branding.
Oh
That's good
my
branding.
God!
But no, back to the prop bets and back to the Super Bowl. No, I think that
Take me back to the '70s, God.
I think that I am on the Seahawks. It feels so square though. Like their
Like me?
defense. I don't want to lay the points with them. I probably don't even want to bet on the game just because it does feel like a trap. It feels like the Patriots have played a weak schedule and they aren't that good. But there's just something it's still scary to lay points with Sam Darnold until you see Sam Darnold win a Super Bowl. The one game I keep returning to, though, because again, we watched Sam Darnold. He walked out the door of Minnesota last year. They thought they had a better situation with J.J. McCarthy. I don't blame the Vikings that much for looking at a guy on a rookie deal
I don't care about the
and saying
Vikings.
we can spend elsewhere because Sam Darnold played really poorly down the stretch in that playoff game and that Week 18 game, which could have won them division. But this year, he's stepped up. He's played great. I mean, in that Rams game, he legitimately went shot for shot with Matt Stafford, who was the MVP of the season. And I know they were at home. They had the 12th man behind them in Seattle, and they're not going to have that necessarily here in Santa Clara. And that defense has been special all year. But when Sam Darnold's taking care of the ball, and he's found Jackson Smith and Jigba, who I think is probably the most electrifying wide receiver in the game right now. I mean, he's more, he's. Did you hear Tom Brady? Actually, he made a fascinating point during that NFC Championship game where he said that he has this ability with his shoulders to get on a plane at with an angle that DBs are unable to cover him. And I thought it was such
I did pay attention to
interesting analysis. Go back if you look up Jackson Smith and Jigba and Tom Brady's analysis of why he's able to create so much separation from opposing DBs. And I think the Patriots secondary has been really strong this year. It's been one of their best parts of their defense. Their D-line hasn't been necessarily that successful at getting pressure on the quarterbacks at times this year, but their defensive secondary has held up.
Carlton Davis.
Yeah, and Carlton Davis is going to get a penalty. That's Bill Simmons. Yeah. That's Bill Simmons. He said you can lock it up if I can put a prop bet. It's Carlton Davis to have a PI during this game. But no, I think taking Jackson Smith and Jigba off the board, because I know you said the run game is going to be important. No Charbonnet for the Seahawks. They're down to Kenny Walker. He hasn't necessarily been a bell cow throughout his career, but he's incredibly talented. Shout out Oscars guy, from Michigan State.
Michigan State. I love Kenny Walker.
But I do think that they lose something with Charbonnet, who's a better blocker. He's a better pass catcher. They lose something in that run game without him. But I think where we want to look at, if they take Smith and Jigba out of the game, is Cooper Kupp going to be able to step up? A guy who the Rams let go.
Look what he did in the championship game.
He's back home. Not back home. He's in Frisco.
9 receptions. Look what he's done in the playoffs his entire career.
He's a gamer.
I love the guy.
I mean, he broke Bucs fans' hearts, in that NFC, what was that, conference semifinal a couple years ago.
Zero blitz.
Yeah, zero blitz.
Plus, I love his story. What, East Washington?
East Washington. You sound like you're from Pittsburgh there, Mike.
Oh, no.
He's from Pittsburgh originally?
No, East Washington. You got the Pittsburgh accent.
Yeah.
No, I love Cooper Kupp. I think he's a guy I could easily see standing on the podium, winning another ring. I think that'll be
I think it's going to happen.
A prop bet I like, if you're asking for prop bets, AJ Barner, the tight end for the Seahawks.
Yep.
Take his over. It's very low, I think, on just catches, maybe receiving yards. The Patriots are one of the worst teams at defending tight ends in the league. And I know the Seahawks don't necessarily go to the tight end position a lot in the passing game, but if they're able to take Smith and Jigba off the board, maybe Sam Darnold stays conservative, he goes checkdowns to Barner, or even some of his lower level guys in that rotation, I think that's something to watch, because I think that Seahawks team, to move the ball on the Patriots, I think they're going to have to find ways to look for other guys, because I do think Njigba could be taken out of the game.
And it comes down to the offensive line. I mean, Seattle's got, and their defense is also
their defense
top par. We're seeing a 1-3 defense.
If they're going to win this game, it's going to be a low-scoring game. It's going to be their defense stopping Drake May, keeping him from running again, because their offensive line has been very weak. Will Campbell, one of their top draft picks out of LSU, he has struggled at times throughout this playoffs. Are they going to be able to keep Drake May upright? Are they going to give him time? Is he going to have to make plays on the ground? Are they going to be able to maintain those plays? I think that's going to be really important. If the Patriots want to win, they got to find ways to move the ball on the Seahawks defense, which, by the way, the Rams did very successfully a week ago or 2 weeks ago. So it's not impossible.
Which takes me to, one of the prop bets was the over-under on 37 or 47 yards for Drake May to have coming out of the backfield, which, if it's a clean game, then maybe he just stays in the pocket. But I 100% expect the Seattle defense to get him.
He won that Broncos game with his legs.
Yeah, so why wouldn't you take a prop on that? I mean, that's something to look for.
I mean, he was making bad throws.
Yeah, he was.
He's also
everybody was.
His shoulder. They're saying he has a shoulder injury potentially. I don't know if that's just some before the game signaling, because we heard Sam Darnold had an oblique injury.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen it.
In baseball, you got a Josh Lowe. He's out for the whole year with an oblique injury, and then Sam Darnold slinging the ball, no oblique.
Correct. Yeah.
So
they're pussies.
I don't know what it is about obliques, but I have no understanding of how severe an injury it is with that oblique. Because in baseball, it sounds like the death nail.
Soft.
But in football, you got Sam Darnold, and
it doesn't feel good. But I mean, they'll just give you a little shot, and you're good to go. I've heard the stories.
Hey, so tomorrow it's 6:25. You're sitting around your house. You got your phone in your hand. You're getting ready to place your bets. What bets are you making?
Like I said, I like AJ Barner props.
Write this down, man.
When EF Button talks, right here.
If we're going specific, I always got to play the coin toss. I'm going to go heads. Ooh. I love heads. No
tails never fails, bro.
No, when everyone zigs, I zag. So I go heads.
Well, I've noticed that. You usually zag the right way, though.
I like the under on the national anthem. I think Charlie Puth is singing it, so I'm going to take the under on that.
Who is Charlie Puth?
I love Charlie Puth.
As long as
One Call Away. He did the song in Fast 7 whenever Vin Diesel is driving off into the sunset with Paul Walker.
Oh, no, I'm more on Mike's side now.
Take
me back to the 70s.
Oh, Charlie
you're a freaking... high school teacher. You're 27 years old. You should be in the know.
As long as it's not the guy who sang the national anthem at the outdoor game last week at Raymond James, because whoever they had do that. Did you guys see the national anthem before the hockey game last week? Okay.
Oh yeah, that sucked.
That was the worst thing I've ever heard. He went
He's probably freezing.
That's the only thing I think they went wrong then, because that was one of the most impressive sport events I've ever seen. Not to mention the game was incredible.
Exactly.
But also, shout out.
And I don't watch hockey.
The Lightning leaning into that and just being like, we're going to go all the way, like this is just a bit, like we're going to wear Cuban suits. We're going to come out with stogies. We're going to blow fireworks up into the sky. We're going to show up in Buccaneers creamsicle jerseys.
Our opponents are going to
wear their colonial. Yeah, I mean, everything about that was so. I was jealous. I was in Philly watching that game. I'm like, man, I wish I was out there. It was expensive, so it was tough to not be there.
If the referees could have had shirts that sponsored by FanDuel or something, we could have leaned into everything that's going on in sports these days.
That was shout out Tampa Bay, shout out the NHL, because that was one of the most fun outdoor games I've seen in a while. And then you get a goalie fight, which I didn't realize they actually discourage goalie fights in the NHL. They say that the NHL referees are typically instructed to break up goalie fights to not allow them to happen, but they saw that game. I also saw some people, if you want to get the tinfoil hats out, saying that there was some officiating, that benefited the Lightning, but I also
but they also let them throw them down the entire game.
They did. No, but even I'm just saying they called some penalties. Obviously there was that crazy goal in overtime that they couldn't hear the whistle and there was a penalty, and so it goes from the Bruins winning it in OT to having a penalty.
I know.
I mean,
I'm texting Fred Forsley, who's obviously Bruins and Pats are sponsored from Sea Dogs, and he was over there, and I'm texting him because of course I'm pulling for the Bolts, and I'm like, oh damn.
There you go. That was a absolutely phenomenal affair, and leads right into the Olympics. I'm so excited for Team USA. We got a great squad going over there.
Biggest squad we've ever had.
I don't know if anyone
224 athletes.
I mean, that Canadian team is insane, but I'm very excited for the Olympics.
First game Wednesday, Sweden.
Ray, push that USA hat more prominent into
we gotta get it in here.
Come on, man.
We got Victor Hedman.
God bless
and,
America,
Pontus
baby.
Holmberg are playing for Sweden against Finland on Wednesday. Of course, you know that Sorelli and Braden Point won't be going now because of injury, but Coop's still coaching that Canadian team. But I want to go traitor. I want to go back to that hockey game though. When we saw him adjusting it in the stadium, and we've seen stadium series before, was this not the first time? I mean, of course, the Pirate Ship and then Gasparilla, but the way they shot it, did you notice between the first and second period, they went into a tighter shot with just the ice so you didn't lose the puck like they were doing? Yeah, they were making adjustments on the fly, and hats off to ESPN for buying in and realizing we can make the stadium series work, and we're not going to see it go away anytime soon, which is a good thing.
Does Gary Bettman control the weather? Because how did they get the coldest game in the history of Tampa Bay?
It's cloud seeding.
It was outrageous.
Did you see him coming out of McDill? They were seeding the hell out of this area.
It's easy to do. They've been doing it since the 70s, Mike. Took a page out of your book.
Thank you very much.
What was going on in the 70s?
What happened to me.
Yeah,
I thought I got Agent Orange from somebody coming back from Nam.
No, that was I heard from some people that went that was cold. It was very cold for Tampa Bay to be sitting at an outdoor game. But I'm kind of glad for a hockey game.
I almost went to the tailgate party that Sea Dogs and Billy Fairweather put on, and I thought I wouldn't last. I wouldn't see the puck drop.
It's so cool.
Well, Alex, we got to move on to soccer. You're a man for all sports. Next week, we're going to have the president of the Tampa Bay Rowdies down here, Ryan Elfrich, and we're going to have their new coach, and we're going to have a high school draw down here. So, soccer's in the conversation now as well. So, my friend, I appreciate you taking time as always.
One last question.
You're going Seahawks.
I'm going Seahawks, but I would not lay the points.
Who's your MVP?
I would lay the points with the Patriots. Always a quarterback. I'll say Sam Darnold. It's the redemption story. The guys, you can never go an MVP that's like not a quarterback just because they always try to give it to the quarterback
Hey, if Stafford got it, Sam will get it.
It's got to be like a Malcolm Butler-esque play to win MVP if you're not.
74 Cowboys, Chuck Howley, the last player to win one.
Oh, my God.
On a
He's dead.
Team. He's dead, but he was a defensive player, too. I like Diggs. I like Diggs as a receiver. I like him
Really?
with 6 receptions for over 125.
You just like his woman.
I like because we talked about the fact, like you said, with an MVP, go with the old guy instead of the young guy. And I think Diggs, one success story with this Patriots team that hasn't gotten a lot of play because he's been keeping his mouth shut is the fact that he's become a team guy this year. Diggs is doing the dirty work. He could be the guy for them that you want Kupp to be for the Seahawks. Could be an interesting facet to this game.
All right, gentlemen, we'll talk more about it. We're going to have Kenny Stills in just senior in just a few moments. But right now, let's go to Jim Hart, my buddy. We haven't had him on the air for quite some time. I call him the godfather of high school soccer, Clearwater Central Catholic. I don't know. I think he won. I think 7, 8, 9. Who's counting when you're kicking butt like he was? State championships, and he's now the president and the founder of the Champions League here in high school in the Hillsborough and of course Pinellas County area and across America. He's expanded. How are you, my man?
What's happening, Mike? How are you guys doing down there?
Well, we're doing superb, and we've got a new setup now. We're video streaming everything on YouTube and Facebook, TikTok. Still audio on our flagship, of course, RadioSt.Pete.com and Florida Sports Stream. So plenty of platforms for you next week when you guys come down. We'll have you guys on about 1 o'clock. But let's talk about next week.
Wait.
You got your champions draw. And you're bringing a contingency from the Rowdies down, and we look forward to that as well.
Yes, we've got Ryan Helfrich, the president. Ryan. Dominic Cassiato, the new head coach of the Rowdies, will take part in our draw, following in the footsteps of Neil Collins, who did it 3 times when he was here. Neil's out in Sacramento now, and Neil's actually putting us in touch with some high school coaches out there to spread this word of the High School Champions League. We're also going to have Leo Fernandez, who's been in with you a couple of times. Recently retired, Rowdies legend. He's now on the Rowdies coaching staff.
Great kid.
Yeah, Leo's a great guy. He's going to be down there to help us. Jimmy DeNoble, the head coach, our former head coach at Eckerd College. He was in the inaugural class of the Tampa Bay Soccer Hall of Fame, which was just selected in the past 6 months. Tampa Bay Soccer Hall of Fame, run by Perry Vanderbeck. Perry's going to try to be there. He's got some coaching responsibilities Saturday of next week, but they're in a tournament. So he can't say yet whether he can be there or not, but he's going to try to be there. If he can, he will. If he can't, that's okay. We've got high school coaches coming. We've got the Concha Kings Instagram side will be there. So, Mike, we're gonna do it again. It's our 8th Champions League draw. The defending champion is Palm Harbor. Some great stories there. Only the second time a public school has won the Champions League. The same coach who coached Eastlake, the first winner, and Palm Harbor. One of only title. It's going to be great.
Well, we're looking forward to it, my man. Hey, you got a little cold there, or do you start smoking cigars I didn't know about?
Oh, no. I'm just getting old. I'm just getting old like you, Mike.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with my voice. Too many times yelling at kids.
Too many years of winning state champions.
We came up in a day, where. Well, I was lucky enough to be a part of 6. We 3 times our teams lost this. We were close the other times, but I was lucky enough to be a part of 6 over there at CCC. Some great years. Loved it.
All right. Well, we love you being involved in our world again. Looking forward to the Rowdies coming down. That's next Saturday. Of course, their draft starts at noon out back, and then at 1 o'clock we'll have between the, like we say, from the preps to the pros, we'll have high school coaches on. We'll have the coach from the Rowdies as well as Ryan, our buddy, the president. And now they have new ownership, and we'll see how they handle the world of soccer. They've been in baseball. I don't think that any of the owners had been involved in soccer, and so that ought to be quite a transition. But
be interesting.
Hopefully they pour some energy and money into the Rowdies too.
Well, they may see value in this Champions League idea too, and I think it could cross over into other sports. Imagine a Champions League for high school basketball. All the top teams in the Tampa Bay area, regardless of classification, public or private, and great thing. People love it. So we'll see you next week, Mike, and thank you so much for your support of this Champions League draw. Really appreciate it.
All right, brother. Look forward to seeing you next week. We started doing this in 2023. I'm looking forward to it. Now I'm really looking forward to this because people tire of me and my passion, love for the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And thanks to Adam here and Fred Forsley, Kenny Stills Sr. came into our world, and he joins us right now. What's going on, brother?
Another day in paradise. It feels like Wisconsin down here right now.
Yeah, my ass. I'm from Iowa. I know what it feels like up north.
Was that your brother over there with the Hawkeye t-shirt on?
That's a brother from another mother, but yeah. So welcome to our world.
Thank you. Great to be here at the #1 sports bar in the country. Fergs, excited about it. And again, thanks to Adam connecting us, and excited about being on today's show.
Pull that microphone just a little bit closer. Now, let's talk about you. You grew up in California, so you're a Cali kid.
Yes, sir. So born and raised on the military base there in Oceanside, California. My father was a military guy, so that's where I get all my OCD-ness from. Born and raised there.
And that's how your son, how many push-ups did your poor son, who was a success in the NFL, did he have to do in his career?
All day, instead of, when you get in trouble, give me 20. You know? But born and raised in Oceanside, then went off to junior college up in Manhattan Beach, California, before getting my scholarship to the University of Wisconsin, and then drafted by the Packers in state there, and went over to the Vikings and Plan B free agent.
Traitor.
Yeah.
It was well, if Brett Favre can do it, you can do it, right?
Exactly.
Well, one of the things I know that we talk to a lot of the kids here, they get drafted or they go to this college these days, a lot of them in the Midwest. How was that sticker shock when you got to Madison being a California kid?
Yeah, so I have some great stories. I mean, I wrote a book about recruiting, but I should have wrote one on just the travels of the world and how times change. You know how the internet was back in the internet came out in 1987, but before that it was you log in.
Oh yeah.
But we didn't have you didn't have all the GPS and all the Google, and you just had a map. So here's this young man from California getting on the plane for the first time in 1983, flying to Madison, Wisconsin. They didn't even have tarmacs then. You just got off the plane and you walked inside. So I have this little El Camino Letterman's jacket on, and I walk across from the plane over to go inside, and it's freezing. It's January because I was a mid-year guy.
Oh.
And Al Toon and Darrell Sims, they meet me at the gate. And I'm like, oh, man.
Al Toon played for the Jets?
#1 draft pick.
Yeah.
And Darrell Sims, #1 draft pick of the Steelers. And they meet me at the gate. I'm like, oh, wow, Wisconsin's the black school. Not knowing in 1983.
You didn't know you were going to HBCU. Hey, that white kid right next to you, he went to an HBCU.
I had the opposite experience.
He went to Savannah State.
Yeah, those are the only two black dudes on the team. No, that wasn't true, but it was a great experience. Dave McClain was my head coach. He passed away the year I got drafted. I remember being a pallbearer at his funeral.
Wow.
Just very close with those guys there. Had some great times, some great experiences, and so the season's over. We have 2 great seasons. We beat Michigan once. We never beat Ohio State the time I was there. Beat up on Iowa all the time. Indiana, we beat up on all those guys, but end up getting drafted in the 85 draft, and we had those guys, 3 guys that were going in the first round, and so the Packers show up for a workout. They're going to work out these 3 guys. And my agent says, well, you show up for every workout that every team shows up for. So I do. I show up for the workout. Well, the other guys.
It's like a Jerry Maguire story.
Yeah, it's quick. It's over quick.
No, we want to.
Yeah.
This is for storytelling.
Yeah. So I show up to the workout, and it's me and the Packer coaching staff. Nobody else shows up. There's Al Toon, Richard Johnson, and Nate Odoms, I think, were the other guys. So they don't show up, but I do. Well, the head coach, Forrest Gregg, says, well, we're here. Let's work out. So we do. We go through the whole deal. 5-10-5, the 40, do all the work. And the defensive back coach at that time was Ken Riley, who was HBCU head coach, athletic director. He says, man, I love you, man. He says, if we get a chance to draft you, we're going to draft you. And I said, okay, thanks, coach.
Because you had wheels.
I did back then, but 4 or 5 in 1985 was fast.
Was smoking.
Yeah, now that's slow, So draft day comes, and back then the draft was an all-day event. It wasn't. We don't break it up, have a party, do all the stadiums. It's an all-day event. So 10:30 that night, the phone rings, and it's the Giants. He's like, "Oh, the Packers are on deck. We're next. We're just reaching out to guys we're going to draft." I said, "Well, yeah, I'm here." Hang up the phone. It rings, and it's Coach Riley. He's like, "Hey, I told you if we could draft, we will." And that was my draft story. So.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Because there's still a large contingent of people listening that still don't know what Plan B free agency is. So we'll get back to that.
Yeah.
I like how you mentioned that. But you mentioned was it that exact of a science? The Giants were calling you, even though the Packers were on a board, because you were slotted around that area. You'd made some people look at you, and that's where you were probably going to get.
100%.
Even
it was weird. They were just because it was 10:30 at night.
Yes.
Nowadays the draft goes during the day, and everybody knows where everybody is. Back then, they just kind of call you and check on you because they want to tell you congratulations.
They want to see if they hear bar noise in the back.
All right.
And there was bar noise.
You're in Madison, Matty.
Yeah. Me and my buddy Steve, we went to this little 50-cent tapper. I think it's called the Tap Bar and Grill on Mifflin Street, and we had a couple 50-cent tappers.
Yeah, I bet.
But it is an exact science down to that. But it was back then it was 12 rounds in the draft. So now there's only 7. So I wouldn't have got drafted in today's era when you think about that.
And the thing is, a lot of people watch the draft today and they're like, they'll say so-and-so's on the board and they'll have our top 3 projections or who's slotted to go here. But back then, there weren't people there were back lines getting communicated, but there was no, like you said, internet. There was no ticker as to who's expected to go next.
No.
Shows you they were doing their homework and they did a good picking you.
Yes, they did. They found a diamond in the rough. And I've done a lot of recruiting. I recruited for the NFL. I worked for the NFL Europe, so my off-season job was scouting. And a good quick story again. I know it's a storytelling day, but I had the Chargers as one of my teams that I scouted. And a little bitty, short, white wide receiver, fast as heck, could do everything.
Timmy Dwight.
No, what was his name? Well, he ended up going to the Patriots and being a wide receiver. Well, anyways, I scouted him, and I said, small, but quick.
Danny.
He ended up kicking a field goal, returning a kick, and doing something else in the game. He's the only person in history to ever do it. And here, I gave this guy an average grade.
Wow.
They miss him. They miss him a lot. Obviously, Tom Brady, 7th round? So some of these other guys, Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant. So you miss them.
Iowa State.
We're not perfect.
And then you got guys like Sam Darnold who are going like number 2 overall, and then 6 years later they're starting for the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. So that part's not an exact science. It does depend on a team you go to. Some would say the Packers aren't that bad of a team to go to, are they, sir?
I loved it, and the Michael Parsons story is my favorite one. Then I'll quit telling stories. But so I'm at the Packers and I'm playing.
We don't want you to, but we'll let you know.
Okay.
'Cause you're going to be a regular on our show.
Yeah, just give me the hand. So I'm in Lambeau, and it's mid-season, and we're on a good run. We went 10-6 that year. Excuse me one second. And so I'm the 11th guy that they introduce.
Right.
So the first guy, the D line, then the linebackers, then they get to the secondary. So Michael Parsons tells the same story. As I come out of the tunnel, I'm the 11th guy, and the crowd is roaring. They've said Brian Noble, Mark Lee, free safety, and then they get to me, Kenny, and I'm running through this tunnel to come out, and it's just like you're floating.
Oh my God!
The crowd is they're roaring so loud. You're just running, and they're dapping you, but you don't even know.
Wow!
Because it's just that aura, that feeling that you get running into Lambeau Field. And you may run into Philadelphia Stadium or Bear Stadium or whatever, but I'm telling you, running into Lambeau when it's 30 below through that tunnel and those fans cheering like that, it warms you up.
You found some winter gear by then too, right?
I'll share a quick story, and then we'll move on. We'll talk about your book, and then we're going to bring you back at 12:30. And I want you to meet this guy, Barry Smith. Barry Smith's a very good friend of mine. Barry Smith went to Florida State, broke all the receiving records back in the day in the 70s. And Barry was the number 1 draft pick by the Green Bay Packers in 1971. And he tells the story. He said, I was actually with my dad, and we were having a sandwich. And all they do is a secretary called him. Said, by the way, you've been drafted number 1. We got a flight coming for you, and we'll see you up here. That was it. But his rookie year, they had a coaching change, and Bart Starr became the head coach. And I don't remember who they were playing, but here's a rookie, and he says to his buddy, he goes, you know what? We're going to get on the front cover of Sports Illustrated. So what? He goes, I know Sports Illustrated is going to take a picture of Bart leading the way through that tunnel, and we're going to run right alongside him. And then they might kick our ass out when we get out there by the field. He goes, but we're doing that. And they did. I've seen the picture in his basement. And there's Barry Smith running right alongside Bart Starr at Lambeau. Yeah. But he had some great memories.
Yeah, special place for sure.
So you had a great time, lots of stories and success. And I wanted to get us caught up on where you're doing now. And I see you brought...
yeah, so I did.
That could be all sports, as you and I talked about.
100%. So it says 30 days
Go
to
closer
play.
to that microphone there, Kenny.
It does say 30 days to play college football, but it could be 30 days to play college sports. I was sitting around the house. I decided I was going to be retired here the last couple of years. I was coaching ball all over the country. Started out at IMG, took on Bishop McLaughlin, went out to the College Warner University. Before that, I was with the NFL. I was at a University of San Diego. So I've kind of been all over. But the one thing I noticed...
Just like a military kid.
That's right. I learned from my dad. And every morning I write down my blessings. And one of them is my father, without a doubt. All the things we learn and do, like if I'm fixing a flat tire or changing the oil in my car. That's right. It was Pops. Taught me that. So blessings to my father. It was his birthday yesterday. But this book, I'm always at the college or the high school, and the single mom here in Florida will come up to me with this athletic son and say, I need help. I don't know what to do. You know, they didn't know about Clearinghouse. They didn't know how to get his social media together. They didn't even know what a resume was or anything. And I said, I've got to make a change. I got to make a change. So I sat down with a friend of mine, Niels, my ghostwriter, and we put this thing together about 3 years ago. And it just talks about all the little things that we need to get done in order to get recruited. There are 1 million high school kids every year that graduate from high school. 1 million. And 7% of those kids, 70,000 of them, have an opportunity to play college football. 3% of those, and for all you math majors out there, keep up and you correct me, fact check me, 2,100 of those kids get a chance to play Division I football. Of that, there's a couple of small numbers, a 2% number that plays Division II and a 4% that plays Division III because of the academic part of it.
Don't forget NAIA, baby.
That's right. I was there at the NAIA. So it's just an opportunity for these kids to help themselves. I always talk about getting to the 7% club. If you order my book, which you can go on Amazon and order, just type in 30 days to play college football. It's going to walk you through the steps to help you get off to college. It's a tough landscape right now with NIL.
Brutal.
Yeah, NIL, junior college rule, 5 for 5, everything that's going on. If you're not the best of the best in high school, and you have them here on your show, if you're not the best of the best, it's going to be hard to go off to Division I football.
Or basketball.
Softball,
especially anything
golf,
right
yeah,
now.
Anything. Because what happened was they put a cap on football numbers, 105 football players on every team. So now Alabama can't have 225. What they did with that cap number by putting 105 on everybody's roster is they opened up more scholarships for other sports. So if you're in, if you want to be a jockey or play hockey or lacrosse or whatever it might be, there's more opportunity.
Ben, you could be a jockey now, maybe.
Hey, I don't know if I'm short enough, Mike. We'll get Brad out here. He could be a jockey.
Yeah.
I'll tell you guys what, though. You talk about, you always expect the cream to rise to the top. And back when I was in school, back when we were in school, it's like, they're going to find you. They're going to find you. But nowadays, with all the different divisions, all the NIL and the transfers and stuff, it behooves you not to be able to put a plan together, to have in a resume, not just a resume for college sports, could be a resume for life. Sounds like the plan you're putting down here is a plan that can be followed for any facet of life, just doing the things in proper order and getting your head in the game.
100%. When we say sports are a lot like life. And I still tell the little Pop Warner kids or the youth kids when I'm around them when they make a mistake, I say, hey, brother, welcome to life. You're going to make a mistake. But now how do we respond? Do we stay down or we pop up? You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So,
sir.
and then team builds good camaraderie. It's just like you guys working together every day. We have to have that good camaraderie. We got to have faith and trust in each other and respect for each other. And sports teaches that. A lot of guys, when they retire from their sport, baseball, football, whatever it might be, they become great leaders, great general managers, you know what I'm saying? Great boss, because they know how to lead. They know how to bring teams together. You know, they're not overworking people. They're making sure that they're happy at their job.
Yes.
And so it's just what sports is. And my book, again, helps these guys get it done right. I want to be able to go to your social media page because recruiting nowadays is on social media. They're going to go to your X site or whatever
Your
those other ones
Instagram
are.
or something, yes, sir.
And they're going to look. That's your resume. We always say that, what's the the resume website online. For adults, you know, that's where when you get a job, they're going to go look at your resume. They're going to see Indeed, 100%. That's your resume. When people look up who you are, they go to Indeed. So we got to make sure that if I want to find Jim Smith, I can type in at Jim Smith or at Jim_Smith and not Big Fat Willie Sackmaster. That's who I'm looking for.
It's on personal page, but this is the page he's doing business on.
Yeah,
and I love the fact you got to mention it's not just for athletics. The reason why we love all sports and all scholastic stuff is that when you're teaching athletes, you're teaching the leaders of tomorrow, they're also learning how to bring everyone else with them. That's what a leader does, and that's what we're talking about at the end of the day here. I'm going to be reading this book real closely, sir, and I'll get back with you and let you know what I learned. I'm sure there's a lot I still got to get to.
100%. I'll send you the link so you can do a review. We love our reviews. But again, it's all about the kids knowing the next step so they can get where they're trying to get to. We all need to get our education. It's important that we do, and it's just a challenge without it, you know, so we have to do that.
You're listening to the Tampa St. Pete Sports Connection, watching the Tampa St. Pete Sports Connection live from Ferg Sports Bar and Grill, America's #1 sports bar. It's rated by USA Today. And, of course, tomorrow, this is the place to be. I don't care. There's nothing in Hillsborough. There's nothing in the 5-county area for a Super Bowl party like there is down here at Ferg Sports Bar and Grill with the new Jumbotron. We've expanded the number of televisions to 125 now. We've expanded. If you were down here last year, you won't recognize it. We got enough bars to take care of everybody.
They were expanding today, Mike.
Yeah,
they're getting ready for Grand Funk Railroad out back tonight. There's a concert, a sunset concert, and then we have the Super Bowl tomorrow. So you're right. They're just constantly
There's
expanding.
nothing to do in downtown St. Pete. Why would you have a baseball team down here?
Easy now. Let's talk about
You're gonna get me riled up.
Yeah.
No. The baseball team is back, right?
No.
Don't get me started. My blood's boiling.
That's for second hour. That's for second hour conversation.
Wow.
Second hour conversation.
I just want to go through the tunnel. I just heard about the tunnel. I want to go through
Oh, the tunnel's fun.
Well, that ain't nothing like Green Bay, brother. Don't get all pumped up. So let's talk about.
Hear my name roaring when I come out the other end.
Oh, I got you there, but I don't know about
we can
anything
take
else.
care of that. We got enough big mouths there.
There's no dapping though.
We're talking to Kenny Stills Sr. And, of course, Kenny Stills Jr. had a great career. Went to Oklahoma, and then who did he go to first in the NFL?
Drafted by the New Orleans Saints, so spent a lot of time with Drew Brees and Coach Payton.
Well, Drew Brees just went into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it was an awesome time. Every offseason.
With Coach Belichick. Oh, no, that didn't happen.
Oh,
yeah, bypassed him, huh? But I used to watch Kenny and Drew in the offseason work out, get their timing down, and I teach a lot of the wide receivers that I work with now. A lot of the stuff I learned from Drew Brees on footwork. You know, the kids all think about it's inside foot up, but the Saints were a big step team. You know, 3 steps get you 5 yards, 6 steps get you 10. You know, working on the hash marks, those kind of things. But it was great there. Then he came over to the Dolphins, which was awesome because I was living here with my second wife, so I had a chance to go down to Miami.
You got a couple of little pups now.
I do. I got remarried and I got a 15 and a 13. Besides my 2, 36 and 35.
Boys, girls?
My oldest is a daughter, Claire. She's the oldest, 36, and Kenny's 35. And then Preston and Lawson, my 2 little guys.
Gotcha.
But yeah, from Miami, he got traded to Houston with Larry Tunsil. So he spent a little time in Houston, and then the Bills picked him up for a couple playoff runs.
And I tell you
years
what,
later.
your son Kenny Stills Jr. He was the OG digging smooth receiver for that Sean Payton offense they had there, and I love the routes he ran. He reminded me a lot of, in retrospect, of Mike Evans to the Bucs right now. The way he went up for that ball and what he gave Drew Brees as far as that reliable set of hands out of the offense. So, I mean, when Mike told me you were going to be down here and your son, I'm like, I can't believe it. This is a guy I was literally watching play 5 minutes ago. So thank you again for being out here and making me almost cry about the Lambeau Field story.
Hey, there's no crying on this show.
I know,
crying in
but
football.
I know, but when you talked about walking out, and I mean, that's
escort him off the ground.
I felt that passion because it was something special. Like I say, Michael Parsons the same way. He was like, man, there's nothing like
That's what I loved about the whole thing with him going there from the Dallas, because it was a team that not only appreciated everything he had, but it gave him a chance to go back and enjoy the game like we knew he did at Penn State. Loving that Mike is there in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Hey, Kenny, we got to switch gears real quick and talk a little Lightning. You live over in that area, and I don't know if you've been to a Bolts game yet.
No, I have not.
Well, we'll have to get you to one.
Yeah, my wife and my son's going. They love it.
That's
Oh,
a
do they?
must.
I'm not a real hockey guy, but I certainly was enthralled with the game the other night under the lights.
Why was that? What was so good about it?
Well, the Lightning won.
Oh, okay.
It was outdoors.
I would love to tell you what's so good about that game.
Oh, the
Well,
outdoor
that-
game.
I would have went to that outdoor game.
Yeah, we are.
In a football stadium.
yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, you're used to the cold.
Yeah.
So let's switch gears real quick. We're going to go to our man Wyatt Ross. He was over there, of course, had some marketing responsibilities, some reporting responsibilities, and he's kind enough to join us. And it's brought to you by our friends at Sea Dogs Brewery. And of course, tomorrow, that's Patriot Heaven, by the way. If you're a Patriot fan, go down. This place will be packed, but if you're you want to be down on the water, go down to Treasure Island on the Intercoastal, where we hold the broadcast for our golf show on the Florida on Wednesdays. And Fred Forsley and an army of drunken Bostonians will be down there and cheering on their Patriots as they get beat by the Seattle Seahawks. I'm giving the points.
I disagree.
We'll talk about it.
We'll bring it up, Mike.
We got plenty to talk about, and I like the way he broke it down the other day too. So we'll do that in our next segment. All right, let's have a conversation. Wyatt, how are you, my man?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Super. You still on a high from last week? What a wonderful game on a Sunday night. The weather was perfect, and the score and results were perfect. You ever see anything like it? I know you're only 17, but you've been covering the Bolts for 5 years.
Well, I have been to, I think that was my third ever outdoor game now. I went to the one in Nashville, and then I also went to Fenway Stadium at the Winter Classic last year. And I know it's a small sample size, but that is definitely the best outdoor game I've ever seen. And to be quite honest, I was going through it. I was thinking maybe Tampa versus the Islanders in 2022, I believe it was. Game 7, that was a really good game. But that Stadium Series might have been the best game I've ever seen, not only in person, but just in general. You were asking what's so good about that game. Well, how about a goalie fight? How about everybody getting scrappy? How about a 4-goal comeback? Shootout win. I mean, there was just everything that you could ever ask for in a hockey game under the lights at Raymond James.
Hey, you know what I noticed? I don't know if the other guys did. That the Lightning players agreed to wear the creamsicle uniforms. And if you watch some of their facial expressions as they're coming on to Ray J, they didn't look real happy. A couple of them didn't put the helmet on. I mean, it was a little awkward, but I didn't think that was the right jersey, but what do I know? Look at the result.
I think when you got a uniform that has that much style and it looks that good, you got to use it any way you can. I think everybody expected them to walk out as pirates for Gasparilla. They had to shake everybody up and keep everybody on their toes. You know, you got a bus full of kickers coming out onto the stadium to open up the game. It was spectacular. I really enjoyed it.
Do you think they staged the goalie fight?
No, I don't think anything was staged in that game because I don't think Boston would have agreed to blowing a 5-1 lead.
Oh.
Yeah, good point. I hate to even admit this, but I was surfing back and forth. I like to be at least a little relevant when I got all these young kids around me. So I was surfing back and forth the Grammys. Shame on my
I was watching.
shame on my old ass.
Grammys.
I turned them on when we were down 5
I knew I shouldn't have said a word. Anyway,
You're telling me that you got a live hockey game. I don't care what blowout it is, and you would rather watch the Grammys?
go ahead and shame
Stadium
me.
Series. You got the Stadium Series. No matter, it could be 10-1. I'd rather watch hockey than the
Pour it on.
Grammys.
Pour it on.
Who won Album of the Year, Mike?
I don't have a clue.
It was Big Bad Bunny, wasn't it?
Big
No,
Bunny?
we're not going to that topic.
Big Bunny?
We're not going there.
Halftime of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we're not going there. No habla español. Anyway, let's continue.
Can I ask Wyatt a question?
Yeah.
Wyatt, it's Ray. How are you, my friend?
Doing great. How you doing, Ray?
I'm good. I'm going down today to get my I Love Matthew Tkachuk shirt made. Of course, the Panthers guy that took us on the other night. Did they ever get any repercussions? Was he suspended, or were they looking at anything with the continuing the way he came from behind and made the hit like that to start that big brawl on Thursday night, or is that already?
That was blatant, man.
That was very blatant. And I mean, you're talking about one of the best hockey players in the entire league, and the way he went behind him. Is there any been repercussions on that you've heard of?
As of right now, I do believe that Dominic James, our tallest player in NHL history, I think that he's getting suspended right now. But other than that, I believe it was just some good fun on the ice, and I think that they're just gonna let him roll out of the Olympic break. But I do believe, and don't quote me on this, I do believe Dominic James is getting a suspension for a little bit. But other than that, it was just some 10-minute misconducts, and
Is
I
that
think
what
they'll be
you-
right back out there.
Is that what you call it? Fun on the ice? So when I
They
got
were.
thrown in jail in my youth for having a little parking lot,
Well, you-
scrum.
You didn't do it on the ice, Mike.
And you told the cop you were just having fun.
A little fun, fun out here. Yeah.
And you didn't know how old she was, but that's beside the point.
Shut
Why, I want to
your
ask you
yapper.
also too. The Lightning this year, we're seeing this. 2 years ago, they get bounced in the playoffs by those stinking Panthers, but we see a team now that not only are they stepping up and defending at home, but they're not walking away from a fight. Are we going to see that continuing in the second half, or was that just a little hubris toward the end of the first half before the Olympic break?
You have to use the big words on my show.
Hubris. It took me a minute to even
Well,
remember that.
Get out your dictionary.
Are we going to see this Lightning team stay this tough?
It's not a
after?
gardening show.
This is a Lightning team that, when in 2019 they had their best season in franchise history, and they got bounced for a lack of physicality. And I don't think we're ever going to see a non-physical Lightning team again after that. I think they really learned their lesson, and they've won 19 of their last 21 games playing this more physical brand of hockey. So there would be no reason to switch up from it. I think the players love it. I mean, everybody was going crazy. Hagel's always getting in guys' faces. I think he'd be real annoying to play against. Same thing with Kachuk. It's nice to have him on our team for USA. But I think that they absolutely continue this brand of hockey. It's what won them those cups. Trading, I mean, everybody was questioning the trades for, obviously the Tanner Jeannot trade didn't work out very well, but trading a first-round pick for David Savard, trading first-round picks for guys like Barclay Goodrow and Blake Coleman. I mean, these are third-line scrappers that normally, until the Lightning did it, nobody would even think of giving up more than a third-round pick for him. But Julian Breezeball, I think the best GM in the league. Kyle Dubas is having a good year as well, but he's definitely up there. He's trading away a lot of key future pieces, but it's winning us cups by bringing physicality onto the team. And I think it's a brand of hockey that the Lightning have established, and I think they're going to continue to roll with.
We're talking to, of course, our correspondent each and every week, 17-year-old phenom. That is Wyatt Ross. And you're going to give us an update on the high school championship before we let you go?
I can. It was disappointing in terms of entertainment with the high school championships. 2 blowouts at varsity and JV. But the Palmetto Tigers for JV won 6-1 over Cypress Creek, and they took home the trophy. And then the later primetime game, Lakewood Ranch beat Newsom 6-1 to take home the trophy. Newsom had actually just beat Cypress Creek 9-3 in the semifinals, so they were on a roll. But Lakewood Ranch stopped that real quick, and both teams showed their dominance yesterday, and they had 2 clear winners to these leagues this year.
All right, and let's get a little USA. Of course, the women's hockey team off to a successful start. Your prediction on the men? Do we get the gold?
I think I can kind of say is the grass green in terms of I think it's going to be USA versus Canada in the gold medal matchup. But there is a lot of good players representing other teams. I think Sweden has a real chance. Leon Draisaitl is getting to represent his country for Germany. He might come out with a little bit of fire since he didn't get to be represented at 4 Nations. But I definitely think it's going to be USA Canada, and it's going to all come down to the goaltending. It's no secret that Canada, ever since Carey Price retired, they have not had the best guy in between the pipes until in the 4 Nations, Jordan Binnington stepped up and he played like a Vezina caliber goalie. And I think it's going to depend on who steps up for Canada this year. But I think if they don't really find that clear number 1 shutdown guy, I think USA is going to take home the gold, especially with Canada actually losing 2 of their better players in Braden Point and a really good third-line guy, Anthony Cirelli from the Tampa Bay Lightning. They had to replace them. I think, and I am definitely biased when I say this, I think USA has a real shot at taking home gold this Olympic cycle.
Well, my God, I hope you are biased. God bless America.
Was that for curling?
Red, white, and blue.
Curling, right? We're talking about curling?
Hey. Curling.
Not sure I could give you any insight on curling. So
Well, you like
I hope
watching,
not.
all right, Wyatt? A guy like you on the ice, you got to love
I
the
could have
curling.
seen myself as a curling Hall of Famer.
I'll tell you this: when I was playing at youth rinks, I think it was Advent Health Center ice.
You'd
and
be
I saw
in
these
damn good shape.
I saw these big dots on the ice. I was like, "What the heck is this for?" And I learned it was for curling. And I think I've had a little bit of a sour tongue towards curling ever since then. So
All right,
my man. Well, we appreciate you each and every week joining us. And when are you going to join the set so you can come down here and be on our new video streaming? We need youth. We don't need more of my mug when it comes to video streaming. We need more of the youth. And then we bring some 62-year-old cat, looks like he's like 40, and now I feel like I'm 1,000. So
it's all that curling.
Oh, yeah, you were in Wisconsin, bro. Yeah, exactly. All right, my man.
As you know, I like to talk about all sports, and I would say that I could give you some good commentary on all sports. So I definitely like to get down there soon and have a chat with you guys.
You have an open invitation. All right, it's hour number 2. And of course, we're going to start out with our primetime preps, Body Armor, Coca-Cola conversation with the Jefferson baseball team. We'll clear these chairs, guys, and get the youngsters set down. And then we got, real quick, it's almost a public announcement with our former Rays bat boy, and that, of course, that is Nick Cowan. Yeah, he's on next. Nick Cowan's on next, and he's got a little promo he wants to do for next week. You're going to be over Daytona 500, my man. How are you?
Yeah, good. How you doing, Mike? Thanks for having me back on.
You betcha. Let's talk about what you're going to be doing over there, and hopefully we can get a call in from you.
Oh, absolutely. I partner with a bunch of NASCAR teams and drivers. We help them get sponsorship for each race. We actually work with drivers in each level. So we got ARCA next week, Craftsman Truck, O'Reilly Auto Parts, and the Daytona 500 cars. So, we put in a lot of hard work trying to help them out, and then they go out there and race, and we just get to enjoy that time.
Well, talk about what's going to happen here for the Grand Prix as well.
So that's going to be really fun. I've got some more official announcements coming Monday, but we are hosting a promo event to kick off the Grand Prix weekend at Ferg's Wednesday, February 25th from 5 to 8. Mark Ferguson and everybody over there has been great to work with. We're going to have some baseball players show up. We're going to have some giveaways. And then there's a few secret NASCAR things and Mazda things that are going to be happening, which I'll announce on Monday. And it's just going to be a great time, promote St. Pete, promote the event. Obviously, it's the first time NASCAR is ever racing in this series. And I just figured Wednesday would be a perfect day to kick it off. So, again, thanks to Fergs and everybody that's helping me do that. But yeah, like I said, some more cool announcements on Monday. Will come on Monday.
All right, my man, we got to let you go. I'll talk to you this week. I look forward to conversations from Daytona next week. And then, of course, we'll talk about the Grand Prix and what's going to take place down here in downtown St. Petersburg. So have a great weekend. Who do you like in the Super Bowl?
Well, if you remember, I picked both wrong teams last time I did this. So
and then you suck.
I'm jinxing the Patriots then because I'm going Patriots.
Well, you're going to lose. I'll take that bet. I'll give you the 4.5 that the books want. All right, my man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Time to transition to a little high school. Man, they brought the whole squad.
Yeah, I tell you what,
Thanks
Mike,
for coming across, fellas. I appreciate it, coming down and joining us here on the Tampa St. Pete Sports Connection. Brad Richardson, of course, and Ben Botham. He's our baseball guru. We'll talk a little high school baseball. And I even like they got their swag on. You guys look. You guys. I hate to say this. The other teams will be accepting. Probably the best looking team we've had come down here so far.
So far, Mike. I mean, hey, we've been doing this a long time. We've seen a lot. So yeah, so far so good. So
all right, Bradley, take it away.
All right, welcome here to the Coca-Cola Body Armor Studios here at Ferg Sports Bar and Grill, ranked USA Today's #1 local sports bar. Please welcome the Jefferson High School Dragons varsity baseball team. Guys, good afternoon. Good afternoon. There we go. I got more excitement here right now. So, all right. So, let's introduce you guys real quick. Just tell us your names. Coach, we're going to start down there with you. First of all, introduce yourself for us all listening.
Yeah, I'm Spencer Nunez, head coach of Jefferson Baseball. It'd be my 6th year as the head coach over here.
Wow. All right. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead and pick that mic up there. Introduce yourself.
I'm Ethan Savignon, class of 2027.
All right. Next on down.
I'm Caleb Cherry. I'm also a class of 2027.
All right. Next up right here.
Caden Johnson, class of 2026.
All right. You're going to pass that right there. Go introduce yourself.
My name's AJ Cruz, class of 2026.
And right here, the guy right next to me.
Jalen Watts, class of 2028.
All right. Well, hey, guys, of course, welcome. Thank you for being here. As Mike's telling you right now, speak up. your parents, your fans, and all listening. Obviously, this is being video streamed right now, so you can watch it later. It's also be on RadioSapeHeat.com. So
talk like you guys are on the field, guys. You know, you're bossing people around. I know one of you guys got to be the captain that you brought out, right, Coach?
All 5 of them.
All five.
We
Five
got our
captains.
vocal leader right there, Caden Johnson. He's our catcher, so he kind of takes that part during games. But
Naturally, as a catcher does.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, so things have started off, guys. Off to a great start, of course. Just got preseason done. By the way, where did you guys play preseason at? If you don't mind.
We're at home at Jefferson. We played CDS Carrollwood Day School and Tampa Catholic.
All right, let's talk about Tampa Catholic real quick. Always a powerhouse, and also, but with that game, it came down to the wire and all that. Tell us a little bit about that game. It was definitely a pitching duel in that game. Who was the pitcher for that game, by the way?
Ethan Savion.
Oh, you were the main guy. All right, awesome. So take us through that. I mean, it was you and Sam, right, that were the main guys controlling that?
Yes, sir.
All right, so how it got down to extra innings, of course. How did everything change? How did everything change in the 9th inning?
How to come in strong and how to trust Coach Spencer with pitches. So, just really happy.
How many pitches were you up to, by the way?
He ended at 59. His pitch count was 60 for the night, so we kind of worked out when we walked it off in the ninth.
So your arm wasn't totally dead yet, right? It wasn't totally jelly?
I had way more.
I know the NCAA, or not NCAA, the FHSA gives you a couple more, but this early in the season, are you limiting guys kind of, working them back in?
Yeah, we were at 60 for preseason.
60.
Sam went over by 8 pitches, but we had the bottom of the order up in that 5th inning, and I let him finish it out. So 8, if you're 5 to 10 pitches over, we kind of let you go because right now we should be in shape to go a little bit more. We just want to make sure we're fresh for that mid-season tournament at Saladino and then for the playoffs, when those start in April. So
And we'll get to that in a little bit, too. So let me ask you guys here. How many of you guys have been on the program for all 4 years? I mean, you got seniors here, but how many of you gone through Jefferson and all that?
I've been here for 2 years.
2 years? Where'd you transfer from?
I started at Plant High School. Then we moved out to Odessa area, went to Bishop McLaughlin. Then we moved back to Tampa and ended up at Jefferson. Best choice that I could have made.
Absolutely. I mean, that definitely was Coach Nunez that said something, right? You got to be over here for a reason.
It was
So
the best choice I could have ever made.
absolutely. So, all right. So, let's talk about the season so far. You're off to a great start right now. Everything starts next week. So with the schedule that you put in line, Coach, one of the things I always ask Coach, I mean, obviously you're going to have district games you're going to play, but the other teams that you put into your schedule, what determines it? What brings you to those teams to say, yep, this is the best one that I can put these guys up against?
Well, Hillsborough County, we're kind of old school with our schedule making. So athletics down there, they put together our schedule and then they give us about 5 or 6 open dates. And what you want to do with those open dates is because we're so involved with these FHSA rankings, you want to play against good competition. So, like with one of our dates, we scheduled Northside Christian. They always got a good team. They're
Coach
always in the
Rodriguez.
top 25 in the FHSA rankings. So, with that, we'll schedule now. Aside from that, we'll also schedule one of my best friends, Dane Moore from Freedom. We always play them every year. So it's kind of like you want to get the competition. You also want to play your buddies, and you want to make sure these guys are ready for what they're going to see, in regionals.
Absolutely.
How has that ranking system kind of changed how you schedule? Has that really made a big difference? Because I know for us over at Seminole, that's a big factor in who we schedule, when we're scheduling them, how we load our schedule, the whole thing.
Yeah, it's a big deal, and I think other counties are kind of not. I mean, I love coaching at Hillsborough County, but we're kind of behind times there with the freedom of making our own schedule. Now they do let us schedule those 5 or 6. But, you really have to be careful with what you're doing in that schedule. You need some light spots, but you also need to ramp up, when you got to go play the playoffs. So it's definitely an interesting subject in our county.
All right, so I got to know this. So, baseball can be played year-round here in Florida and all. And I want to know this. How many of you guys, give me an estimate, any of you can answer this. How many pregame tournaments do you guys go through a summer when you're doing summer ball? Well, probably every weekend, right?
Yeah, just about.
Practically every weekend. So you guys almost get no break during the summer, right?
Yeah, there's literally no break.
Yeah. So now, okay. So I got to talk about a few things. Someone on here is going to be a Raptor.
Yes, sir.
Who is that? Who's going to be a Raptor?
Here, grab the microphone.
Yeah, come on,
pull it close.
Yeah, there we go.
Either one works. They all work. I promise.
I signed with Florida A&M I think it was Tuesday.
The big
Wednesday.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
All official now.
Yes, sir. Gonna go play in Tallahassee for Coach Shoop. I'm excited. I mean, gonna go out there, just do our thing, and have a good time, won a conference.
What was the decision? What finally made a choice to go there?
I really just felt like it was the best fit for me, an opportunity I could go there, have a chance to compete, start my freshman year, then just go out, ball out, and I feel like it was just a good fit overall on the coaching staff. Just like felt welcoming.
FAMU's a great place to play. I faced off against them quite a bit over at Savannah State University.
Oh, yeah.
So we were rivals, and not a huge fan of it over there, but I had a great time. And understandably, you guys beat us most of the time.
Yes,
but it's generally, I don't know if it's the same head coach, but always played kind of like a scrappier kind of baseball.
Yeah,
they were
SWAC
ready to
conference.
bunt,
Yep.
and I loved it. I love that kind of energy that the team brought. Is that one of the things that kind of sold you on the team?
Yeah, it was really like fast paced, and for me, I also like being a catcher. Like love fast pace and like throwing out runners, and I feel like that's one of like my best parts of my game. So I feel like it was just a good fit overall, and like that speed and like just things Coach Shoop told me over there. It just fit the way I play, kind of that type of thing. So I just felt like it was the best option I had.
Wonderful,
awesome. Now, who's the seniors on the team? Raise your hands real quick. Have you made a choice yet in college or no?
Yeah.
Okay. What college are you going to?
I'm going to Hillsborough County Community School. I'm going to HCC.
HCC.
JUCO.
What was
Yes,
the
sir.
decision for there?
They reached over summer. I broke my radial bone, so it was a little harder with going to college.
Yeah.
But
Tell me about that recovery, by the way. I thought I saw something on Instagram about the recovery that you were going through.
I was told I ran into our right fielder, Ole Miss commit, Winston Pennant.
You ran. How did you run into him? Were you not paying attention or what?
It was a fly ball. I laid out for it. He didn't call. We bashed, but that's like my best friend. And so they reached out, and I went there. I talked, and it was a great opportunity. I love the coaches, love everything about it. I have past teammates over there. It was just a really great opportunity for me.
But you're better now, though, right?
Much better, yeah.
Absolutely. So, all right. So, we're gonna start down here, you bud. What's it mean to be a Jefferson Dragon? Tell me what that means for you.
It really means everything. Like I love the group of guys we got. I love the school. Like these really my brothers, and I'm really down to go to work for them every day, every night.
Mm-hmm. All right. And actually, any of you can answer this. Is Coach Nunez the loudest guy in the dugout, or is there another assistant coach that's the loudest?
Nah, Coach Casey is.
Coach Casey is. Oh, really?
Yeah,
He gets into it.
He really does. He kind of just reminds me of one of the players. Like he's really a dog. He's really a tweaker on the field for real. Like
a tweak? Oh, really?
Yeah, he tweaks out on the field. He's low key like our catcher Caden. He's kind of crazy, but I like it. Really, it brings out the best in us, and he's a really good coach. I really appreciate him for everything he's done for us.
So how's Caden crazy? What did you mean by that?
It's really just something you got to see on the field. Like we're all low key crazy at the same time in our own way. I really think that's what separates us, and really what helped us beat TC. Like we were really up that whole game, and I think we wanted it more at the end of the day. That's what really got us to win.
What about you, AJ?
Well, I transferred here my senior year, so just being here for a bit, it's family.
Mm-hmm.
I was welcomed in. Like I think the first week, I was already hanging out with them at their house, going to the mall together, and that was the thing I really.
Wait, a mall? You guys went to a mall that still exists?
Yeah, of course. The mall's a great place to be.
Yeah.
What food court? What you get?
Oh, yeah.
I go to California Pizza Kitchen. That's my spot.
Okay, not bad.
All right. So anyway, back to what you were saying. Sorry.
It's family. I mean, they welcomed me. I was always looking for that feeling, and that's how I play at my best.
Nice.
When people believe in me.
What about you, man? What's it mean to be a Dragon?
I feel like, I get to be with my boys. We know that we all have the same goal, go win a state championship. And the coaches help us with let us be ourselves, but also have some discipline. And I feel like just welcoming family when I came in my junior year, it was just easy. It was easy to just come in with them. Felt like I belonged.
Absolutely. All right, buddy. What about you?
Being a Jefferson Dragon means everything to me. My summer ball coach actually got me here. It was an opportunity I was willing to take. I actually live pretty far from Jefferson, but I made the risk.
But hey, it's worth the drive, though. It's right.
It's worth the drive, of course. It's easy to bond with everybody here. We always preach about family over everything. I'm big on that. So we're always looking forward to win.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Go ahead, buddy.
Really, just we're all brothers. Really, just happy to be all together and win ball games together. Always together, really. So
absolutely. It's funny. Real quick. I've already heard about the great stuff with that Tampa Catholic game. last year, man, weren't you voted pitcher of the year by Jefferson?
Yes, sir.
Was
yes,
it
sir.
coach? Was it the right decision, right? There was no other pitcher above him.
Yeah. So what's the funny part about that story is Ethan tore his ACL in our fall ball World Series his freshman year.
Oh, wow.
And he was going to get some innings his freshman year. And he comes back, long recovery, misses summer ball, misses part of the fall, comes back, and then wins pitcher of the year with a sub-2 ERA. Like, for a sophomore to do that last year was really impressive for a real young team. So he's shown that resilience, and that's why, he's our guy now. So really proud of what he's been able to do on the mound.
Yeah, Coach, we talked a little bit before this interview. Give us a little bit, for all that's listening and watching, give us a little bit about your background in baseball.
Oh, okay.
The abridged version.
So I spent, just high school version, I spent 9 seasons over at Hillsborough High School, my alma mater.
You were a Terrier then.
Yeah, I was a Terrier. I still am at heart, but now I'm a Dragon, and they say once a Dragon, always a Dragon. So, but yeah, I spent 9 seasons there as a pitching coach, and then I got my opportunity to be the head coach at Jefferson High School, and it was really the best decision I've ever made as a coach. It allowed me to bring my brother Casey, who they just kind of outed on
Yeah, they
here.
just outed on air, yeah.
And then it allowed me to bring my best friend Scooter with me as well. So we've kind of stuck together. We've coached together, travel ball included, for now 18 years. So, we kind of always knew we were going to be coaches. We're all undersized, and we knew we weren't getting drafted.
A couple laps there.
Anyway, so, that's my coaching career. That's my coaching background. I really learned a lot from, 4 guys, right? It was my father, of course, my late father, Pat Russo, Kenny White, and Raul Hernandez. And for what we do at practice every day, what we do during games, you can kind of see something, just a little bit, from each of those guys in everything we do. So it's not, some stuff we created on our own, but a lot of it's from those 4 guys, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So,
I've noticed all the players mention the importance of family, the brotherhood. Even you, the people that you brought on staff with you, your brother and your friends. Was this something new that you had to bring to your school, of instilling this family atmosphere and trying to create that bond that's so important to have a successful baseball program?
Yeah, so when I got there, Jefferson's full of tradition. You have Fred McGriff, Tino Martinez, Luis Gonzalez, Pop Cuesta, those guys are legends. But what it was missing was that family atmosphere, that, that family over everything. They're not just saying that, right? Like we talk about FOE all the time. It's on everything we do. It starts with my family, right? It starts with my wife. It starts with my mom, my brother, it starts with my family, and then these guys are an extension of my family. So it's everyone. It's a collective family over everything. We do stuff for our brothers and sisters and things like that before we do for anyone else. And that's why we fight so hard for each other.
Do you guys have any favorite team bonding things that you do? Any fun events like that?
I don't know. I feel like my thing is just probably just hanging out with each other, going out with each other. After recently past 2 preseason games, we've gone to Waffle House right after. I don't know. I feel like
what is it about Waffle House?
Don't hate on Waffle House. That's my go-to.
Benny,
you can't go wrong.
I know. I'm not hating on Waffle House.
What are we ordering,
consistent.
though?
Yeah. What?
Hash brown bacon bowl.
Okay,
Classic.
That's what I get. Okay. Hash brown bowl.
Yeah.
2 Waffle House sauces, 2 butters. You mix them all in there, and you got something magical.
Yep, it's
something
classic.
magical.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard Chipotle has been one of the big ones too. Okay, we got a few nods right there on that one. So, is it just a bowl? Is it gonna be a burrito? What is it?
Usually after practice, when we can, or just whenever we get the chance to, we just go to Chipotle because it's easy to get there. It's 2 minutes from the field, so it's a good source of food for us, and we always bond there too, especially at the mall. Always there. Always get our Chipotle there.
During Saladino, we don't do before every game we do a pregame meal.
Yeah.
So during Saladino, we let these guys have a little bit of freedom. So the whole team goes to Chipotle at the mall before we send them out after they're done with their field work before we host in the tournament, and they go have lunch together. We do a bowling day during the fall. And we do some team bonding, and mostly these guys are always together anyway. So we don't have to really do an event, but they're always hanging out with each other, which is really cool. And,
I gotta ask, who's the best bowler? I'm a bowling coach over at Several. I gotta see who.
I'm gonna kind of try to put this guy on blast right now, but my boy Caleb Cherry has his own ball. So
really,
he has his own ball, and he brings it every. I have to give him a little bit of crap every time he brings it.
Yeah, what's your bowling average?
What was that?
What do you usually bowl? Come on.
I used to bowl a lot more, but I don't really have an average. But if I had to guess, probably like 165. It's not too.
Hey, you're doing better than me, man. If I make it out of 100, I'm doing great.
We'll just roll Brad down the lane. knock
knock
out some pins.
Knock down some pins. Oh, okay. I see what it is. You mentioned the Saldino tournament. It's been around 45 years. 45 years that's been around. It's a big thing, obviously, in Hillsborough. You definitely played in it for sure. What does that mean to you? And we'll go down these guys. The teams that are in this tournament is absolutely amazing. You have the Plants. You're going to have Hillsborough. You're going to have you guys, obviously. What does it mean to you watching these teams in this?
Yeah, I mean, it's the most competitive spring break tournament there is, right? I mean, it's all our county, too. It's no one else. It's very exclusive for us. I'll tell you, 813 Preps does a great job covering it and putting it together now. For us at Jefferson, it means everything, right? Like, Tony Saladino graduated from Jefferson.
Exactly, yeah.
So, like, for us, we've hosted it now for 5 years straight, it's the best tournament. We go there. We get there early in the morning, fixing the field. My brother brings my nieces just so they kind of know. They grow up in that, right? They grow up in that.
And they run the bases probably, right?
Of course. She helps. My niece Gia, she helps rake the home plate with my brother. And,
nice.
It's just it's a really cool week that we get to bond on a deeper level as a family, at the field.
Yeah. Guys, what's been one of the toughest games that you guys have played at the Saldino tournament? Any of you can answer this question. You guys have all been in it, so doesn't matter what school you went to.
What was it? Bloomingdale?
We won 11-0 against one team last year. That was East.
No, I say Bloomingdale.
Bloomingdale?
I say Bloomingdale was really a good fight. Beat them 2 times last year, so
yeah.
Nice.
It was a really good show.
What was one of the biggest surprise? I mean, even you can answer this too. What was one of the big surprise teams that you got to face off there, and you're like, man, I didn't think we'd actually pull out this win? Is it just Bloomingdale as well, or was there another one?
Well, Bloomingdale came in last year as the number 1 seed to Saladino.
True,
AJ was on that team. AJ ended up winning Saladino last year.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
nice.
he could probably speak a little bit better on what was special about that tournament.
All right, well, go for it. Yeah. Pass it on down. You can use that one.
Saladino was hard. We played Jefferson twice. They beat us twice. But it was a grind.
Explains why you came over here now, right?
Yeah, I mean,
if you can't beat them, join them.
I've always liked how they played. Right. How they played is how I like to play. And I would say the hard team we played in Saladino was Strawberry Crest that game.
Mm-hmm.
I think we only beat them like 2-1. It was a hard game.
Yeah.
It was fun.
All right, so Mr. Raptor, obviously Coach Nunes is going to tell you some advice on, what to expect with playing ball in college. What's been one of the best things he's told you just to be prepared for and how to be successful, not just playing in college, but going forward in life?
I think just being myself, really. Just being myself and just really like grinding, just working as hard as I can. And one of the things that stuck with me that Casey and Spencer has told me is like last year, he probably doesn't even remember telling me this, but like play every game like it's your last game because you never know when your last game is going to be. Mm-hmm. So it's like that's what I've been like ever since like fall. It really hit me. Like I've just been playing every single game. I know I told the boys this too, like in our pregame, play the game like it's your last game because you never know when it's going to be your last game. So just give everything you got.
Yeah. AJ, what about you?
Say the question again.
So what advice is he giving you for going forward and all that? Because you're on HCC,
yeah.
so yeah.
Oh, just believe in myself, confidence. That's all it was. Confidence was a big thing ever since I lost with my radial bone, and I came here, and he believed in me when I didn't believe in myself in some time. So it'd be confidence and believe in my skills.
So we already heard who's the loudest coach and all that. We've already I want to know, who is the loudest guy on the team? Who makes the most noise? Who gets everybody hyped, even before a game or even during a game? When you guys, obviously, this past week, you guys Tampa Catholic, you guys were down. Who made the most noise? Who got everyone hyped up again?
We're all really loud.
There's not one guy in the dugout, though, that got everyone going? Wait, hang on.
Before the game?
Yeah.
Okay. We got an answer here.
I'm not going to lie. Last year, they put us in the dirt, and I hate losing to the same team twice. Mm-hmm. And I told them, like, Coach before the game's always like, no face, no name who we're playing. And I was like, after that, we always have our own huddle. And I was like, nah, like, we know who we're playing. Like, we know we're playing TC. We know we're playing DJ4. We're playing all them boys. I'm like, we out for blood. Like, we trying to kill them. Like, we're not losing to them twice. And I was up the whole game. Like, and going into the seventh inning, everybody thought we lost. It was down 1. And I was like, nah, like, stop acting like we lost. And we went out there. I had my leadoff double. And then Caden had sack fly, brought me to third base. And AJ had brought me in. And after that, everything flipped, and that's really, like, what got us to win. I feel like just keeping everybody up the whole game. we just, like I said, we wanted it more.
Yeah. So going through Instagram and all that, somebody got the first home run of the season. Is that right?
Sam
he's not here today.
Sam
but
hit a grand slam on Tuesday, and Caden followed that up with a solo shot on the same night.
Wow.
Yeah.
How's it feel to get your first home run of the season?
Good. I feel like, I don't know, I just had that feeling like I was going to hit a home run. We were up by a lot, and
But still, I mean, come on.
I mean, it felt good. I mean, I knew it was a no. I knew it was gone, and I got yelled at to run first base
Yes, you
because I
did.
tried to pimp it. But
Okay, all right. So, Mike, do you want to give the questions, or you want me to do it? Hang on here. All right, okay. All right, so I guess he's going to give the duties to me to do this. So, guys, it's just going to be some questions to ask you. This is usually a traditional thing we do on this show. So, this is all for you guys. All right, so, all righty. Favorite Major League team?
I don't really have a favorite team. I kind of just like watching the game, especially playoff time. I just like watching the game. There's no specific team I like following.
All right, real quick. We got, of course, we got some fans here today, but there's also people listening. Who do you want to give a shout out to?
I want to give a shout out to my mom and dad. You know, my mom is make it happen whenever I need anything. She's always there for me and always gets it for me whenever I need. And my dad too. It's just a blessing to have them. They're the best parents in the world. And
what are their names, by the way?
Cynthia and Romel. You know, I love y'all to death.
All right, and then the most important question: girlfriend, yes or no?
He has to ask that.
Well, hey.
Or I mute his mic.
Exactly.
Yes, my girlfriend Janaya Elise. I love her.
All right. Hey, she's supportive and all that. So, all right, go ahead, AJ. Who do you want to thank real quick?
My mom and dad, my siblings.
What are their names?
My mom is Cicella. My dad's Alvin Cruz. I got 3 siblings: Jackson, Chloe, and Maximus.
All right. And favorite Major League team?
Rays.
Good man. I mean, we're right across the street from the Trop man.
Yeah.
All right, and finally, girlfriend?
No.
Oh, okay, smart man.
Good man, smart man. No offense. If it's working for you, rock and roll.
Exactly. All right, go ahead, man.
I want to shout out or thank my mom, my dad, of course, my brothers, my whole family, Frankie, my dog.
Your dog? Oh,
Yeah.
what kind of dog? What kind of dog?
Well, how about your parents' name?
yeah.
You going Frankie the dog?
She's a golden doodle.
Golden doodle.
Then,
all right.
Well, that's important. You didn't forget your parents.
yeah, then of course, thank God too, just for everything.
God bless.
Then, favorite team, my favorite player is Jazz Chisholm.
Okay.
But like, gotta go with the Blue Jays or the Yankees.
All right. Think Bo Bichette gets
You live in Tampa.
My dad's from Toronto, so.
Okay.
So, but hey, spring training though at TD Ballpark.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. Last but not least, girlfriend.
No.
All right, another smart man here. Another smart man.
Almost.
Hey, you're disrespecting him.
No.
It works for him.
Hey.
We
All
have
right,
a
go ahead, buddy.
We have a rule at Jefferson.
Oh, what's the rule?
We have a rule at Jefferson. If you're not in a relationship before game 1, you cannot be in one for the rest of the
I love this coach.
Good man. All right, buddy.
Women
go ahead.
hate him, but I love that.
My favorite MLB team would have to be the Detroit Tigers.
Different. Okay.
Because I was born in Michigan, so.
Oh, okay.
My whole family likes them.
Speaking of
Are
family,
you a Wolverine fan too?
No, I'm a Michigan State fan actually.
Sparty. All right.
Okay.
I'm Sparty, yeah.
All right. Who do you want to thank, man?
I just want to thank my family, especially my mom and dad, my stepdad too, my siblings, especially the little one, my little brother, Jameson.
Is he up and coming? He's gonna play baseball.
What was that?
Jameson, is he gonna be playing baseball or?
Oh yeah, he probably plays some baseball.
Okay, cool.
He's getting there.
That's up to
but
you.
He really motivates me, and he's a lot of the reason why I do the things I do. I also just want to shout out the rest of the teammates that aren't here because they drive me and push me every day.
And they're listening, right? All the teams listening right now?
Absolutely.
All right. And finally, the most important question. Girlfriend?
I do have a girlfriend.
Okay.
Here.
So you
two for two.
Two for
Tiebreakers right here, man.
We'll find out in a minute.
Yeah.
All right. Uh-oh. I already see this face here. All right. So first and foremost, before we get to that answer, favorite MLB team?
The Blue Jays.
Okay. Oh, all right.
Jays, yes.
So definitely you guys are at TD Ballpark for spring training, huh?
Yes.
All righty. Okay. All right. Who do you want to thank, man?
I want to thank my mom, dad, brother, and sister for always pushing me every day.
What are their names?
Mom named Glenda. My dad's name is Odalis. My brother's name is Jordan. My sister's name is Evelise. So I just want to really thank them for always being there for me, always pushing me every day. My mom always being there for me for school. My dad always being there for baseball every day, pushing me. And my brother, want to thank him a lot for always taking me out to the batting cages every day, every night, pushing me as well, fixing my swing, and all other stuff.
Yeah. And finally, most important question.
I do.
Okay, all right. What's your
Man,
name?
the women win, Coach.
I do.
Your input's not working, dude.
No, so as long as they're in a relationship before game 1 and it's stable, there's no.
Well, then that's
drama.
karma.
Karma, yeah.
That's karma.
You want to keep the stability in the
Precisely.
relationship. But if you don't have stability in a relationship,
Don't start it.
We got yes.
Absolutely.
We got bigger things to do.
Solid.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, I want one more. Just one more, okay? Now, the Super Bowl is Sunday, okay? Going down the line here. Patriots, Seahawks.
Seattle.
28-24.
Smart man.
Okay.
28-24. Spread's 4.5.
That's why it's 28-24.
There you go.
Go ahead, man.
Seattle.
Okay. All right.
I'm also got Seattle.
Okay.
Patriots.
Good luck.
Seattle.
Okay.
Seattle.
You've just been overruled, man. Because, I mean, I think Seattle's been favored, just from the beginning, so.
Well, time will tell because Patriots, they've been there, done it too, as an organization. But hey, thanks for coming down. Thank your parents for coming down. You guys can listen to this on Radio St. Pete. It's archived and YouTube and where else is it? It's archived.
I mean, no, it's on Instagram. We're going to have
Instagram. Yeah,
it's going to be
Instagram.
on YouTube later. There's going to be some
I
shorts.
got too
and
many
all that.
platforms. I got too many young people. Yeah.
Got an intern over there and all that. So
If you're looking for it, you'll be able to find it. But thanks for coming down. Appreciate
Thank you
it.
for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
all righty, ladies and gentlemen, that's been, of course, the Jefferson Dragons varsity boys.
All right, I'm
baseball
going to
team.
give them the applause button. He doesn't like that, but you deserve it. You came across the bay.
I think once again, guys, thank you for being down
Thanks,
here today.
guys.
Good luck in the season, and
so
we'll keep
much.
track of things. So, all right.
Wonderful conversation. Fine young men. That's what it's all about. Our Body on Primetime Preps brought to you by Coca-Cola and Body Armor. Conversation with the high school kids. And of course, a little earlier we had Freddie Still Sr. He knows a lot about coaching in high school. He's going to join us again. Come on up, Freddie. Sit down. And Ben Botham.
Hello.
Coach, a little tough talking to you guys ever play them?
Jefferson? No, I don't believe so. We haven't had them on the schedule, and I don't think since I've ever been there. Now, granted,
I didn't realize that many MLB studs went to Jefferson.
Yeah, remember when I was over at the Tampa Baseball Museum? There's a ton of guys that came out of Tampa, out of that area, and it's an unbelievable amount of talent. And I love that they're still putting guys out, and it's great to see that this Tampa Bay area really putting out some of the best in Major League Baseball. And I think that goes to just kind of the environment that we have here. It never stops. We can always play baseball. There's not a season we can't. Hell, we had an orange versus green game past Saturday, and it was like 20-degree wind chill. It was unbelievable, and we're still out there playing. We're still getting the job done. It's great to play baseball here.
Is it a little brutal playing in those conditions?
Well, I wasn't out there. I had that day off.
You're sitting in the dugout.
Yes. I try and sit in the dugout. I keep some hand warmers with me. I got like a little Zippo hand warmer that you kind of just hold
you're
on
soft,
to.
man.
I am. I'm born and raised here in Florida. I am not built for the cold. The cold is the bane of my existence. I always tell all my players, hell is not hot. Hell is cold, because this is the worst feeling on God's green earth. I cannot stand it. I don't know how you did it all the way up there in Green Bay. I would have been an icicle.
It's a mindset, but we had the ginseng root plant
What?
was up in Wisconsin, way up there. They grew this ginseng root.
Yeah.
And what we would do is we'd soak this root all the time, all off season, 6-7 months. We just let it soak in some alcohol.
Okay.
And then when the season came, we'd have our brewed tea going right before the games, and everybody would drink that.
Then he got
tea.
hallucinogenic and got beat.
We whip some tail.
What the hell?
I mean, we'd be out there in cut off t-shirts, sweating, just sweating.
The ginseng does that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, remind me, I got to get some.
Yeah,
I go to
the alcohol.
I go to the health. I go to the health store every day. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Ginseng tea.
There was a good History Channel show where these guys went out in the hills and they were digging for ginseng and they were selling it to China. I guess it's huge up there.
Yeah.
Not up, over in China.
Yeah. So it was a big part of what we did before every game. just because you got to get yourself prepped and ready to go outside. I lived about 3 blocks from the stadium on Liberty Street, 1488 Liberty Street. I don't remember a lot, but I do remember that address. And
was it close to Fuzzy's bar?
Where was Thurston's at? No,
Thurston's.
Fuzzy's was it was on Main Street. It was too far. Just across the street. If you ever watch the games, they always show those houses across the street that are all set up, just right across the street. And I would walk to work.
Isn't that just the greatest?
Awesome.
There's nothing like it.
And the fans would be out there eating brats and drinking beer. And hey, Kenny, what's up, buddy? Hey, you want a beer? Want a brat? Sure. Have something to eat, have something to drink, and then get over to the stadium, take a sauna, and drink my ginseng tea. How about, get ready to go?
You got to send me the recipe. This sounds good.
How about that?
I like the sound of that.
How about summer training when they give them rides on their bikes?
Yeah.
That tradition, was it going on when you were there?
Oh, yeah, definitely. The kids would wait for you outside the door. A whole different atmosphere, though, because nowadays, if you try to walk into Lambeau, it ain't happening. Back in our day, you could just go in and out the door. Now you have a code. So if you've been cut or released, because if your code doesn't work when you go to that gate, you ain't
way to find out
go to
your
the front door. Yeah, but the kids would come out every day, and you get to know somebody, a girl or a boy that's riding their bike, and they'd be there every day for you, and you'd ride it. A lot of times, I would ride down because one of my teammates, Tim Harris, he was crazy. He loved to have a couple cold ones before going down to practice. So I'd ride with him, watch him have a couple cold ones. He'd go out there and whoop Tony Manders' tail all over the field, having a couple cold beers. I'm like, dude, I don't know how you do it, but.
Wait, so there's kids out there with bikes. Are you just like hopping on their handlebars? Like
No.
Like a
They
300-pound lineman just hopping on?
No, they run next to you. So
really,
and they might be on a little bitty tricycle.
Yeah,
a lineman riding these bikes, and the gears are getting stripped. But nowadays it's a little bit different. But back in my era, it was something special. So
that's pretty darn cool.
If we weren't riding bikes, we're riding on the hood of somebody's car. It was a little bit different.
I like
in
the sound
early
of that.
80s.
That's pretty
early
cool.
80s.
You had never heard of that?
No, Mike, I don't.
You don't care about the Packers.
Plus, it's cold up there. That's I don't like to think about that. It's dangerous.
So we just had this high school team down here, and obviously I didn't know the history. And Ben enlightened me of Jefferson High School and the number of MLB players that have come through there and the proud traditions, and it's great to see that at the public school level, isn't it? Because as you and I discussed on the phone, and I discussed it a lot on this show, in high school sports, and you know this, from California to Florida, every spot in between, it's the haves and the have-nots in today's world.
Yeah, without a doubt. But the coach has a lot to do with it. Those coaches are out working, promoting their players. It always helps. In the NFL, they have this thing called winning breeds winning. They're going to go to a winning organization to get their players. They're going to recruit guys from Alabama and Michigan, not from the losing schools, and that's just how it is. Jefferson's got a tradition of winning, so they're going to bring coaches in. They're going to get opportunities there.
Well, I know it's a family affair.
Yeah.
Kind of like Seminoles at the family affair.
Exactly. We just had our.
By the way, that's Ben Botham, and he's the assistant coach at his alma mater, and that is the Seminole Warhawks over here in Pinellas County, and he played collegiate ball, and now he's giving back, and I love that story, giving back to your alma mater.
Yeah. Graduated there, played in 2016. That was the only year I made it. I tried, and finally my senior year I made it. I was fortunate enough to go to Savannah State University and play some D1 ball there. But it's really a family atmosphere because I came back and, people still know you. The teachers are still there. My guitar teacher was the principal when I started working at Seminole. And last night we just had our Hall of Fame induction ceremony. The 2001 state national championship team came back, and the guys talk about a brotherhood, and that's the same.
That's the way it used to be.
Yeah, and that's the same thing that Jefferson's talking about today. And that's how you see a successful team is when everybody's together. Everybody, whether it's they're going to parties together, or they're going out to eat together, or just hanging out playing Xbox at home after a long week of school. That's what puts these teams together, and that's when you see them succeed more than any other team, is because they know the shortcomings and the strengths of the people around them, and they're able to pick up the slack when somebody's struggling. And I love seeing that from this young group of guys, and it's just awesome. I love hearing that out of the coach and out of all the players.
Yeah, and I think there's two remedies as well, though, because you saw with Indiana this year, and I'll jump to football because it's something I know. Indiana, their age was 23 years old. The Packers were 25 years old. So them guys being older and having some playing experience, having been through those rough times, helped them where if I had a bunch of young 17, 18-year-old kids at that level, we're going to struggle. And I think Indiana had success taking advantage of that late in the season because they had all these older veterans. I know in the NFL when Plan B.
But Kenny, I hate to interrupt real quick. That fact, though, also is impacting high school recruiting, and the number of kids coming out of high school that are getting Division I opportunities has dwindled relative to previously because of what you just said.
100%. The coaches that I talk to now, they don't want a young boy, 17 years old, that mama's still waking up, mama's still making his lunch, mama's still dropping him off for school. They want a 19, 20-year-old boy that's been to junior college or played NAIA sports, that jumped into the portal, that can take care of himself. He can get to work on time. He can take care of his classes. He's not having any...
And he's matured his body.
Yeah, yeah. So that's definitely 100% part of it.
That's something I wanted to ask you. You brought it up earlier, talking about NAIA baseball. That's huge, especially here in Florida. Is that an option for football players coming out of high school?
Absolutely.
Well, Florida has 8 NAIA schools. So Southeastern, Warner, the schools down in Miami. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
So it's like California with the junior college opportunity. NAIA.
Well, Midwest, NAIA, all over the place, Midwest.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And even for girls, flag football. The NFL is scholarshiping girls now, money in NAIA girls flag football. That's becoming big.
Maybe they should play in the Pro Bowl. The girls.
I don't even watch that, man. I hate 7-on-7. I hate it with a passion, man. It's just the quarterback back there patting the ball till the guys get open. Yeah, that's a whole nother story.
You are old school, bro. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So without a doubt, there's more options. Warner University, I used to work there. Coach Burks told me they had their best year recruiting ever last year because of what's going on with the Division I football in the portal. There were more players, more high school players, good ones, available to come to NAIA.
I love that because now the guys they don't lose those years by going to NAIA or the JUCOs, but I think it's
still sad for high school.
It is sad for high school sports because I feel like a lot of kids, like myself, I'm a high school coach. I didn't even know that was really an option for football players. But I think a lot of kids, they don't know that at the high school level. And I'm starting to see this, Mike, and it's not good. But a lot of teams, a lot of high schools are not going to be able to field a full football team. We just saw it this year. I had to take a team off our schedule for baseball because they are not going to be able to field a baseball team. That's going to start happening here in Pinellas County with football teams. And that's when the warning bells start going off because that's dangerous for high school sports. It's going to be catastrophic.
It's sad. It's very sad.
Yeah, and I think that's why I wrote the book.
I
want to get it one more time. That's why we wrote the book, so everybody could get a chance, give themselves an opportunity. Somebody had to put down a manual. Because like with football, they're talking about Nick Saban coming in and being the president.
Though, every sport.
Every sport. That's right. I should have
It's
changed
relative.
the name. And I will change the name. It should be 30
I got a
days
magic
to
marker.
college
I got a magic marker.
Something else. But yeah, it's going to change the dynamics of high school football. Like I say, if you're not the best of the best, it's going to be a challenge, and that's sad. Yeah. But that's the true reality. So,
we're talking to Kenny Still Sr. We're down here at Ferg Sports Bar and Grill on the eve of Super Bowl 60. It's going to be a madhouse down here at Ferg's. We got 120 some televisions. I'll tell you what, if you want to stay home and get some Ferg's wings, of course, the best in the Bay, you better get your butt down here today, get your order in, because I can tell you they won't be able to crank them out tomorrow like they will. And I was listening to, I think, one of the Talking Heads sports channel, ESPN today, and they are asking some of the NFL guys, what your Super Bowl party, what's it go to?
It's always wings. But
everybody says wings.
No, for me, my wife makes this monster buffalo chicken dip that is off the chain. She gets that cream cheese and the Tabasco hot sauce and the chicken and she.
What kind of chips?
Oh, you got to have the scoops. Tostitos scoops. Is that what they are?
Yeah, the scoops are good.
I love the Fritos scoops. I'm old school Fritos.
I love Fritos too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't like Fritos. Your generation doesn't eat Fritos.
I'm not a big Fritos guy, but I will say I love Chili's. Their chips that they make fresh there. I'll go there and I'll just order a couple bags of them. There's something special about it. They're salty.
They're light.
They're very light. That's what I like the most about it.
Yeah. Well, nothing. You don't want to be light on anything tomorrow. Everything's
Well,
heavy.
no,
It's
see-
a holiday. It's like Christmas. It's the Super Bowl.
I get it. That's why I go more pizza. I'm a big pizza guy. I'll get 5 or 6 pizzas for the Super Bowl. Actually, me and my buddies were going to the brisket shop, and we're getting some brisket for tomorrow.
Oh,
So-
thanks for the invite.
Hey,
OG's sitting at home as
Mike,
usual.
you want to come? You want?
I might crash it.
All right, come on down. I'll give you the address.
You know what? Well, I'll be the old man they call and say, "Hey, old man, we know you don't drink, but will you stop at the liquor store? We got about 40 items for you to pick up."
Yeah, then you get there, they don't pay you back.
Exactly. Hey, we'll catch you tomorrow. Anyway,
Well, the Super Bowl is going to be interesting. You saw me on the other show, and I talked about it a little
break
bit.
it down like you did the other day.
Yeah, so statistics, because there's all these
Ben
analytics.
needs this because we have baseball Ben's big bets too.
Okay, there's all these analytics out there that talk about the numbers, and I'm a numbers guy. I truly believe in it. We always used to say offense sells tickets, defense wins championships. So when you look at the numbers, Patriots numbers are outstanding. Total yards on offense, rushing yards on offense, possession time, all these kind of things. But when you look at defense, Seattle leads the league in defense and in sacks and in pressures. So with a young quarterback back there, how are they going to manage that?
And the offensive line of the Patriots.
It's going to be a challenge. Now, they can run the football. So if they can get a lead, a 10-point lead, then they can control the clock. Running the football is the key to winning the football game. And we all know that's old school football. Bill Walsh brought that in back in the day with the 21 personnel offense. Run the football.
Roger
control
Craig,
the
Hall of Fame recently.
we're from the
He's
same
an
area.
Iowa man.
Oh my goodness.
He's from
Is it
Davenport,
Ryan?
Iowa.
Yeah, we played against each other. Me and Roger.
Yeah.
I played
Great
against
guy.
that whole team.
His older brother Curtis played for Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Okay.
Yeah, and so did he.
Wow.
Yeah.
I learned a lot from Coach Walsh. I worked for his son when I was at Menlo College up in Atherton, California. We used to have our team meetings at Coach Walsh's house.
Really?
We talk about coverage.
Cool
and
cat.
I'm telling you, man. I
He
love
was
him so
intense.
much. Yeah, but you know what? I worked
You've
at
been
Menlo.
watching that 49ers documentary?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's on AMC.
Is it about the power plant?
No.
No.
Power plant.
Yeah,
tell him this bullshit.
Yeah, the electric
This is
wave.
absolute out there.
They're saying that the
How
power
much are you
plant.
drinking when you read this?
I had my tinfoil hat on, Mike. No drinks.
Tell me,
drinks.
tell me.
Something about there being a power plant nearby and the electrodes and the waves of the electricity.
That's why the Niners were all beat up
They're
this year.
causing injuries. Something about it. I don't know. I've strapped.
McCaffrey's been hurt every year, but that's just because he doesn't.
It's not from
he
the
doesn't do
power
his thing.
plant.
Yeah, he
No.
doesn't do
It's
his
because
thing.
he's a horse.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
On horse medicine. No.
Yeah. Ivermectin. And
But when I was there at Menlo, Jerry Rice's backyard was our practice field. It was pretty cool.
really,
Yeah, and Coach Walsh was sitting in the end
you've
zone.
got to watch this. It's on AMC, and it's the rise of the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, nice.
But it makes Bill Walsh look like almost a tyrant to a degree and his expectations and the issues that he had between Joe Montana and Steve Young making that decision.
Yeah.
So, but people loved him, but he was a by the book, get her done.
Yes,
Was he
sir.
that way?
Well, no, he was more casual at that time because he would sit in the end zone with a table and a shade deal and drink wine. And we came off the field. I swear to you, when we came off the field, Kenny Margin was our head coach. Kenny played for Bill at Stanford and in the NFL. And so he would give Kenny suggestions. Hey, come here, Kenny.
Depending on how much wine he had.
Yeah. We come out and win football games. It was a fun time, but he didn't seem like a tyrant, but he was very particular. He was OCD.
Attention to detail.
Was he
Without a
drinking
doubt.
red or white?
White out there at practice and red when we used to go to the house. For dinner.
Very nice.
Yeah,
That's
he knew
attention
how
to detail.
He knew how to
I
mix
like
it.
that.
You only get
I
it-
watched him because I respected him.
You can only get that on the Tampa State Beat Sports Connection from Kenny Steele Sr.
No, I paid attention because I love the man and everything he taught me, and it's still relevant in today's game on what he talked about. We were the first ones
Boone's
out there
Farm or
playing.
Mad Dog?
Oh no.
Hey,
we
MD
were
2020.
we were in wine country. But
I
I want to
know.
talk about Mad Dog.
I love some Mad Dog. I had a
Forrest
good time.
Gregg. Forrest Gregg used to have Mad Dog under the front seat on the bus.
Are you kidding me?
I swear, we drive to the game or going to the airport. He had Mad Dog 2020.
I love
under the front
it.
seat.
I love it. MD 2020. Mike.
Oh my
Yeah.
God!
I remember that
All
well.
right.
5 points on the way home from
Let's get
Savannah
back
State.
to how you're breaking down this
Yeah,
Super
so
Bowl game.
when you look at statistics, it says that the Patriots should win the game based on their numbers. But again, like I
Patriots?
said, yes, the Patriots.
By the numbers.
But again,
Why is Vegas saying 4.5? They're by the number.
Trap game.
Because they got their. I won't even say they know how to run this game.
Yeah.
You know Vegas knows how to run this game.
He thinks they're running the league now.
Here and there a little bit. I mean, we've seen it with investigations.
What
when
do you
players
think he's
get
a former
busted.
player?
I don't know, but there's a lot of people getting caught for cheating and
College
fixing
basketball.
games. Yeah.
Baseball.
27.
Yeah.
Baseball as
Big
well.
baseball, yeah.
First pitch ball. The guy's just making outrageous pitches. You know, something's happening. Somebody's getting a little
I won't say
change.
anything, and I don't want to get in any trouble, but I know when I was in NFL Europe, I used to see Ed Hockley and Coach Kraft and owner Mr. Kraft sitting in the booth together all the time because everybody went over to NFL Europe as their training ground, and I would always see Ed Hockley and Mr. Kraft sitting together.
Ed
all the
Hockley,
time.
Guns.
And now his brother is in the league official as well.
Is he Guns too?
Yep, little Guns. Yep. So I don't know, but it's just weird. It's just weird how they can hit the numbers so perfect.
I know.
You know, AI is not calling out these numbers. There's somebody calling them out.
Yeah.
And if I'm a kicker, I'm easy. You know, I'm not making a lot of money. Hey, they're gonna give me $5 million to miss a couple kicks.
Yeah, little
I'm in.
wide
I'm
right.
in. Yeah.
And they're so good. Doink.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Oh, they practice hitting the goalpost in practice. They're out there
Really?
kicking the ball. Let me see how many times I can hit the goalpost. So they
What
can
the
do
hell
it.
for?
Just
the
for
goal
accuracy.
is not to.
Yeah, for accuracy.
Hey, by the way, a little NFL note, Midwest. Adam Vinatieri made the finally made the
Hall of Fame?
NFL Hall of Fame.
good.
He's from Yankton, South Dakota. That's where he was born.
All right.
And that's the town I was born in.
Are you serious? Small world.
Yep. And he
Small
and he went to
world.
South Dakota State, and I had a full ride there. Turned it down when Western Kentucky, but I almost followed. He would have followed in my footsteps. He was a great guy, great kicker. Good to see him get in.
Yeah.
And another thing, Sonny Jurgensen, remember the great Sonny
Quarterback?
Jurgensen?
Yes, sir.
He passed away. I love Sonny Jurgensen. You'll like this portion of it. Sonny Jurgensen wasn't exactly svelte.
Okay.
He had a beer gut out to here. Wow, man. Had one bar on his freaking helmet.
Yes,
he was
sir.
a tough bastard. And Mickey Lolich passed away this past week. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I
The
didn't
Hall
see
of
that.
Fame pitcher for the Detroit Tigers. He had the same physique and won a couple Cy Youngs. He and I spent some time together at the Ted Williams Hall of Fame. I had to pick him up. He and his lovely bride, and he was a character. He lived in Naples and he passed away at 85 last week. But I just laugh about the athletes of the past. You know, Mickey was out to here, and I mean, he was a two-time MVP. Sonny Jurgensen, same thing. You
these
got
kids-
guys drinking red wine and white wine and
Yeah.
Mad Dog before.
Well, I'm saying when I played in the league, we did everything. We drank, smoked, we did it all, and we didn't have all these ice tub, Cairo, whatever those are,
The hyperbaric
Hyperbar-
chambers,
Yeah, we had
hyperbaric.
a garbage can we put ice in. That was how we got in shape, and we ran miles in the off season to get in shape, and we never pulled a hamstring. We never got hurt.
Yeah.
And now they got all these.
You think they're overworking these finely tuned machines?
I don't know. I think maybe they're just overdoing it. You know, it's not training the body the right way. They're overdoing it with all these machines that they think are working. When good old hard work, get out there and run the track. And,
Push-ups, baby.
That's right, old school.
That's right.
When I was in Green Bay, Forrest Gregg, we did 100 up downs before every practice. Because Forrest said, guys would come to camp not in shape.
You guys were at St. Norbert's
Yep.
at the little college.
Yep.
I took my son up there for sons and his buddies up for several camps, Donald Driver camps and Mon Green. They become friends of mine. And I knew what kind of, this is an old school.
Yes, sir.
I think NAIA D3 school.
Yeah, St. Norbert's, yep.
But I'm telling you what, these dorms go back to the Paul Horning era.
Oh, yeah, we sneak out the window all day long in those things.
Yeah, but they didn't have any amenities. My kids were spoiled rotten. They're like, really, Dad? I go, did you want to come to Green Bay or not? Okay.
Yeah.
But it gave them that experience, you know what I'm saying?
We loved it. And there was a little sports bar down the street.
There's a little sports bar everywhere up there.
Yeah, right on the corner. We used to all sneak out, stay there all night long. What is the name of that place? It was Nicky's. Was the name of the little sports bar. John Nick was the owner. We'd sneak out, go down there all day. Good story. Can I tell my good story?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to
about
my
5 minutes.
I'm going to my fifth or sixth season there. They signed a kid from Arizona, Chuck Cecil. He's gonna.
I remember him.
They're gonna draft him.
Badass.
He's on Sports Illustrated with the bloody nose.
Yeah.
So they're gonna draft him. So they end up bringing him in, and so I say I'm gonna take the rookie out. So we go down to John Nix, and I tell John when I get there, say, hey Nick, every time we drink, we're gonna drink Jack tonight. Chuck gets a shot of Jack. I only get Coke because it was in the gun back then.
Yeah.
So we're drinking. Come on, rookie. So Chuck's getting a shot. I'm getting Coke. And we're slamming these things 10 down. All right, we got to go. We got to go. He stumbles out of there. We get to practice the next day. Chuck he's all over the place. He's stumbling. His lady stinks. Dick Duran goes, I don't know who the hell smells like alcohol, but we're going to be running after this. I had that boy all over it, throwing up on the sideline. I'm out there just doing my thing, backpedaling, just laughing. But, yeah, good old
I love those
veteran
stories.
rookie story. He got my job and they cut me. So.
Did you ever fess up?
Chuck?
Did you ever fess up?
Oh, no, but I tell the story all the time. I'm pretty sure everybody knows. Yeah.
All right, my friend. So if you're getting on Hard Rock Bets before tomorrow's kick, which direction are you going? Your money.
Yeah. I would never bet because I love my money too much, but I would take I've talked a lot about the Patriots and the success they've had. I'm going to have to go with defense tomorrow, and I'm going to have to take the Seahawks. As much as I've been talking about the Patriots.
You're giving
and the
4.5.
The Seahawks
Yeah.
-4. I think if they get to Drake Mays, it's over. Period.
Exactly.
And they're going to. The pass rush is going to be unstoppable tomorrow. They're going to get to the young quarterback. If he wins the game with his legs, that's going to be the difference. But they're going to play some defense. I'm a defensive guy. Defense wins championships.
I get it.
All right, Big Ben, big bets, Ben.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm taking the Patriots plus 4.5. I think that's a good bet. That's a lot of points, and I think this is kind of a trap game. I think they're trying to get everybody. They're talking Seattle, and that's the talk of the town. I'm not buying into it. I'm taking 4.5 Patriots.
Yeah, I'm just going on my heart though. That's why I say.
No,
that.
I get it.
How about you?
I'm going with you. Not just because you're sitting across from me, but anyway, and you're a guy in the know. We look forward to having you down often, and we'll really start talking about some of the things in the high school world because that's important, and it's one of the things that I really want to dive into.
Perfect. I love it, and I appreciate you guys having me today. It's been awesome. I look forward to coming back.
Hey, on a note, Winter Olympics, I don't know if anybody noticed. I'm sure your dad, Ray Kennedy, did last night. Erin Jackson, she's a speed skater. She carried the flag in for the U.S. She's from Ocala, Florida. She was in the last Winter Olympics. And she's with Brittany Bowe, and I know her father, Mike, and they're going to come down here about a month after the Winter Olympics.
Oh, wonderful.
But
hopefully sporting a gold.
Well, they'll probably get a gold and a silver because I tell you what, she could have been a sprinter in track and field. She's something else, Erin Jackson, and that's one of the few that I really enjoy watching. Mm-hmm. All right, guys, I'm Mike Rickard for Ray Kennedy, Ben Botham, Brad Richardson, Alex Reba, Nick Collin, what a show. Kenny Steele Sr., Wyatt Ross, the Jefferson baseball team, and then, of course, Tristan and Adam Fernandez, the director of video streaming, and Joel Boudreau at RadioSt. Thanks for listening to the Tampa St. Pete Sports Connection. Wishing you and your families a fabulous weekend. God bless you. God bless America. And as always, be sure to have a championship day.